Get nasty on a Monday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 202. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. I missed you guys.
Who's that guy?
Oh, yeah, I have no idea.
That is me.
He comes in waltzing in like he owns the place.
I mean, just hadn't seen him, and I don't even know who he is.
Now he's getting nasty all over us.
Getting nasty.
Yeah.
Telling us what we came back just shouting instructions.
Yeah, remember that was
tighten the show up. I'm like,
it was a little rude.
It was so laxed last week without him here.
You guys didn't appreciate the 100-point bullet point that I had for the show? Hey, listen.
We followed it as closely as possible.
Oh, yeah.
While I'm gone.
Yeah.
Here's a memo.
While you're gone, Anthony, trust me, we did the show exactly the way
I believe that.
we wanted.
I don't even have to go back. I don't have to go back and look. I know you guys did.
Yep.
I missed you guys.
Missed you too, buddy.
Big time. All right, so it's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. The big news today in St. Louis is that Jordan Walker has been recalled from Memphis. So he will be back tonight as the Cardinals are back in action after having the day off yesterday. I think that's weird. They go out to Kansas City. I know they've done this before, but not having a game on Sunday I always feel is weird in Major League Baseball.
It's really weird.
And they did that last year, too. I hate it.
Yeah.
Like baseball, summer.
Play on Sundays.
Sunday, come on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
They were tired, Anthony. They played a lot of games.
I don't know.
They needed a break.
Did they?
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't see the game Saturday?
I did see it Saturday.
They needed a break.
I was there last Thursday.
They needed a break.
That was the bullpen game.
Guys are tired.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Not great. All right, so again, the Cardinals have recalled Jordan Walker from Memphis. His OPS is over 1,000 over his last 65 at-bats. He was hitting .338 over his last 65 at-bats in Memphis. He's got a recent hot stretch. It's coincided with the Cardinals calling him up. And, of course, the other news is that Matt Carpenter's going to go on the injured list. Do you think he stays up? Do you think he gets enough opportunities to stay up and actually make an impact down the stretch?
I think he has to. I mean, he's got the hot streak going right now in Memphis. And, boys, I'll tell you what, I looked at some of these home runs he hit. They landed in different zip codes.
The one recently was a bullet.
Absolute bomb. I think he has to stay. You've only got, 40 games left, I believe, in and around that. I didn't check the math on that, but I think it's right somewhere around that.
We don't do math here.
Nah. Why would you not?
Optional.
You got guys that are right-handed bats that are not hitting for power right now, and you need the guy and that can do that. And his last, I forget how many hits the number is, but almost all of them over 100 miles an hour. 102, 108, 109. Like, he's been really smashing the ball.
So his average exit velocity, 92.1. 50% hard hit rate. So he's made some adjustments. He goes down to Memphis, and the adjustments weren't only about launch angle. He's got more of an open stance now. They're trying to get him to fire the hips quicker so that he can hit the ball hard and hopefully in the air a lot more. So those adjustments have coincided with him getting hot, which is great to see. He's hitting the ball hard. Hopefully finds gaps. Hopefully the power element will be there at some point. But just let him hit now. And I think what you said, Jamie, is right. They need better at-bats out of guys that can hit left-handers. That's why you acquired Tommy Pham at the deadline. And I wonder, and we've all avoided the lineup.
Yep.
So we will play the lineup game at 2:15. I would imagine tonight with Abbott on the hill for Cincinnati that Jordan Walker will be in the lineup. But you also now, if this is the case, Alec Burleson, some of your left-handers, Nolan Gorman, some of your left-handers are going to be going to the bench.
So I think
Newt
is another one.
Newt should be stapled to the bench right now.
Yeah.
I think Jordan Walker is your starting right fielder. I think he's done a great job in August. He's been hitting the ball really well, hitting for power. The things that they said they needed to see from him, Jamie likes to say he was killing worms with his ground balls. He was hitting hard, but into the ground.
Yeah, those poor worms.
Yeah, they didn't do anything to deserve that. But he is hitting the ball really well, and I think he's your starting right fielder when he comes in today. We haven't seen the lineup, as you said, and pick one, man. Nolan Gorman. You can Lars Newbar.
Yeah.
Like somebody is, and that's part of nobody feels bad because that's part of the game. Your job is to make plays, is to hit the ball when your opportunity presents itself. If you aren't doing a good enough job, then somebody else is going to replace you. That's the nature of this business. It's professional sports. There are hundreds, thousands of people that want your job every single day, and your job is to make sure they don't take it. Mm-hmm. And so if Lars Nootbaar isn't having the success, he may be the one sitting down. If it's Nolan Gorman, he's not hitting the home runs that you need him, might be him. I don't know. Alec Burleson kind of went through a little bit of a stretch there. He wasn't hitting the ball. Somebody is not going to be playing today, and it's because Jordan Walker has been hitting the ball really well down in AAA.
Yeah, and I hope he comes up and continues doing exactly what he was doing in Memphis. I hope that he hits his first game back, whether they play him tonight or whatever. I hope his first game back is successful, and that his confidence then is like right there, because he really is a unique talent. Mm-hmm. I'm watching this guy, a bunch of his at-bats recently. I mean, he's a massive dude. He looks like an NFL player.
He looks like a defensive end.
He's huge, and he's very athletic. He's very gifted. So I'm happy that the young guy is having some success right now. I really, really hope it continues at the major league level.
Jamie, like you said, you only have a month and a half left to play here. Carey, you had mentioned it too. Nobody cares. You have to produce now. You're out of the wild card mix. If the postseason started today, you're not in the playoffs. You're a game and a half back right now. The good news is the teams like Atlanta also struggling, but Arizona has gotten hot. I mean, their offense has come alive big time. The Padres
started smoking.
Both those two teams, the Diamondbacks and Padres, have won 8 of their last 10 games, respectively. The Braves have dropped 7 of their last 10. The Mets have cooled off significantly. Unfortunately, you have cooled off too. You've lost 6 of your last 10. So it's go time now. It's not about development. This is not about bringing Jordan Walker up to develop him. This is about producing.
You need him.
Yes. And I'm not saying it's all on him, but it's just you're not developing this kid. You're putting him in the best spot to succeed right now. And I would imagine it's gonna come against left-handers.
It should be automatic against lefties. And quite honestly, if he hits the ball even close to what he was doing in Memphis, he should just be an everyday player.
I agree.
I know there was some rumblings. Katie Wu said something about him just being a platoon bat. I don't see why you would do that if he's hitting the ball the way he has been.
Sure.
Like, why would you even screw with that? Even if he goes 1 for 4 or 0 for 3 in a game, but it's against right-hand pitching, but he's hitting the ball hard, I'd let him go. Let him play.
And I don't know why you would bring him up if you don't have intentions on playing him every day. We talked about Nolan Gorman and his struggles, and some questions were, well, why isn't he sitting down? Why wasn't he, sitting down to the minors to fix some things? Because he struggled for a little while. I think if you bring in Jordan Walker with how he's been hitting the last 10, 15 days in Memphis, you probably are bringing him here to play every single day and see if what you saw down there translates to here.
Agreed. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. The Cardinals will take on the Reds tonight. It'll be Sonny Gray versus Andrew Abbott. Andrew Abbott is a left-hander. So will we see Jordan Walker in the lineup? The lineup came out before our show, but we all stayed strong. We didn't look at the lineup. We wanted to talk about Jordan Walker first since he was the hot ticket today. So we'll play the lineup game next. I also have no idea where we're at in the home run derby and things like that.
Yeah, it's not changed. No.
I was here all week last week, and I have no idea where we're at.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So we'll get an update on that, and we'll also play a lineup game.
You do.
I paid attention.
No, you didn't.
I know I'm not last.
That'd be me.
There you go.
You surpassed me.
I did.
My only goal right now, I think, is to catch CD. Just don't be last. Nobody remembers third place, but everybody remembers first and last.
Yeah.
That's good. Third. New goal. All right, we'll play the lineup game next on 101 ESPN. play the lineup game, so Marsh gave us the notification before the show that the lineup was out. So Carey, Jamie, me, we decided not to look at the lineup, we avoided all that to play a legit lineup game. We know you enjoy it. And we also, because of the text line, we also know that BK and Ferrario and T-Bone played the lineup game earlier.
What?
So Jamie will likely take them out back at some point and remind them they're not to the lineup game unless it's real earlier in their show.
Yeah. Or at least ask permission.
We have rules in place for a reason, boys. Okay?
I agree. Jamie, if you need help, let me know.
Oh, yeah, Carey, for sure. You can come along anyways. I think
Good fun.
it's fun for everybody.
Rule number 2.
Oh, yeah, bury the bodies.
We bury the bodies. All right, boys, here we go. How'd you guys do with the lineup game last week?
We had a couple of...
Jamie and I had a disagree. He got mad at me.
Did he?
He got mad at me. I went rogue one time and he was bothered.
Dude didn't even talk with us. He was like, pound ultimate. I'm like, what are you doing?
He was bothered. So then, in Jamie fashion, he went rogue another time.
Yeah, we
Rule
had
number 3 should honestly be we seek revenge. Like,
I like that one.
or
We're
we're
start keeping
spiteful.
track of these rules.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Write them down.
We had a
Really
T-shirt
3.
with the fast lane
fast
rules
lane
on the
rules.
back.
I like that.
Yeah, that's not bad. Maybe we get to like 10. We'll call it the 10 commit. You know what? Never mind. Here we go.
That would have been the perfect name for it.
Never heard that one.
All right. So Andrew Abbott, left-hander on the hill. Mason Wynn. All right. Go ahead.
Show us Mason Wynn.
I'm watching the Futures game and this thing's all over Instagram. It's like, this guy threw a ball 100 across the time. That's awesome. But like, how many throwing errors does he have?
Shut up!
Some of the texts right now, guys, are pretty phenomenal
With what?
regarding the BK and Ferrario doing the lineup. Some of these, I want to put them on a T-shirt.
we got somebody in the snake pit goes, your mom's boyfriend. BK didn't play the lineup game, but he didn't not play the lineup game. All right. 2 here.
Oh, it's a lefty on the bump?
Yeah.
Contreras has been here a couple of times. In the last week, Carey.
Versus the lefty.
Yeah. They've put him in.
I'm okay. I'm okay with Contreras. With Tommy Pham was there, I don't think Tommy's playing today if Jordan is up.
Don't take my guy out of the lineup.
Well, but I think that if it's a left-hander, I think Tommy Pham's definitely in this lineup. I think Jordan
they're both
Walker.
in the lineup?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you.
I think Newt is.
I think Newt's out, and the one guy I think.
So then that means Donovan is out, or one of them is playing.
Gorman.
Yeah, Donovan is out.
I think Donovan's probably playing
base
second.
and Gorman is out.
Yeah.
So Newt and Gorman are out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Burley
So
is your DH.
So this is Contreras. So we think.
I think this is Wilson.
I'm okay with
Contreras.
Go for it.
Show us Wilson Contreras.
DH. No. Catches mitt. Check.
Okay, this has been Burleson against lefties. I'm just putting it out there.
I'm thinking that
You
was
look-
my thought.
You looked like someone farted in your
I
mouth.
know, it
It did not look like you're having a
that
good
can't be
time.
good.
holding on to it.
So what do we think the outfield is today? If we're just guessing. Scott in center.
Jordan Walker in right field, Pham in left field.
Yes, I would
Okay.
agree with what Carey said.
I agree. All right. And then you've got
Donovan at second base.
Arenado,
Yep.
Wynn,
Donovan, Goldie,
Goldie,
Yep.
Contreras.
Who's your DH?
Burley.
Okay.
Contreras might be the DH.
Then that would mean Burley isn't playing.
Yes. So
you think
Newt, so you
Burley
take
is-
all the lefties out. Newt's
You think
out.
all of them are out?
Burleson is out.
Burley went
Gorman
3
is
for
out.
5 last game, though.
I don't think all 3 of them are out.
I think Burley's right here in the 3-hole.
Go for it.
Show us Alec Burleson.
You are so wrong.
So is this?
So if Burleson's not here, and he wasn't second, obviously, we had Contreras
He's out
there.
then.
And then he's out.
Then
He's out.
So then we shift gears and we say Pajes is the catching.
At
And
he's
Contreras. Yeah.
DH.
So,
Okay,
so this could be Donovan. This could be Pham.
Could it be Goldie?
Could be Goldie.
You think it would be
It could
Pham?
be. I think it'd be Pham over Goldie.
You go ahead and have that.
Do you like Pham over? Who do you like?
I would probably have Goldie. I think it would be Goldie. And I know you're gonna. I see your face. I see you starting to turn your face in a certain way. I would say Goldie, Arenado, Pham, Walker.
Goldie, Arenado, Pham, Walker. Who do you like
4,
here,
5,
Jamie?
6, 3, 4,
I think this
5,
is
6.
Donovan here.
That's not bad, actually.
I kind of like Donovan.
I like Donovan as well.
All right.
All right.
Show us Brendan Donovan.
No, no, no.
Sorry, boys.
All right, well, I think it's... I
Go
think
Tommy Pham.
Okay.
Yeah, go Tommy
I
Pham.
have a
You good with
feeling
that?
we're going to spiral here. Go ahead.
Show us Tommy Pham.
I mean, I've been in some real pain before. You know, I've been stabbed.
All right.
All right.
I like
So
my
is
guy. This is Goldie
Goldie?
or Arenado.
Or Arenado.
Because Oli can't help himself.
You don't think it's Donovan? He's
Goldie
been,
hit the ball hard the last game.
Donovan has been hitting, what, 6?
He's been batting. He's batted cleanup a couple of times.
He
as
has.
well.
The game I went to last Thursday, I think he was 6.
So you think it's Goldie, Arenado, Donovan?
I don't think it's
Walker?
Goldie.
You don't think it's Goldie?
I do think it's Goldie.
Okay.
I think it's Goldie as well.
Go for it.
Show us Paul Goldschmidt.
What a shame.
See, this is why it's better to have three people, because then the majority rules. Like when it's just 2,
Yeah.
it is.
Whole lot of fighting.
We had an impasse a few times.
All right, so
That's got to be your guy then.
gotta
Arenado
be
or Donovan?
Donovan.
What do you think?
I would say Donovan.
What do you think?
Oh, I think it's Arenado. Again, I
think it's Arenado?
Oli can't help
Yeah.
himself.
You think it's Donovan? Go.
Show us. Nolan Arenado.
He's a Gold Glove winner and perennial
Oli
All-Star.
can't help himself.
Listen to Mr. Gold Glove over here.
Come on.
I think this is Goldschmidt because I think Donovan's going to hit 6.
I think it's absolutely Paul Goldschmidt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Show us Paul Goldschmidt.
Gold! Rich with gold! Gold!
This is definitely Don.
There you go.
Go ahead.
Show us Brendan Donovan.
Donnie.
Hey, this headband's pretty cool.
All right, so if Victor Scott is 9th,
Pages
is 8, this is Jordan Walker.
I
like that.
I like it as well.
Yeah.
Show us Jordan Walker.
What's his angle?
What angle?
Launch!
Launching now.
Then Pages.
Petey Pages. Show us Petey Pages, please.
And then Victor Scott. Go for it.
Show us Victor Scott II.
Great Scott. Too fast, too fast.
Focus. Speed. I am speed.
Not bad. We actually had the defense right, but we just didn't connect the dots with the lineup. All right, run it, Marsh.
All right, leading off the shortstop, Mason Wynn. Batting second, the DH, Wilson Contreras. Batting third in left field, Tommy Pham. Your cleanup hitter, third baseman, Nolan Arenado. Batting fifth, first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt. Batting sixth, playing second base, Brendan Donovan. Batting seventh, making his return in right field, Jordan Walker. Batting eighth, catching, Pedro Pages. And batting ninth in center field, Victor Scott II.
Back. Stay fair!
Go foul, go foul!
I don't believe what I just saw!
Home run.
All right, since none of us know the standings, Marsh, do you have updated standings for us?
Yes, I do. No one got a home run on Friday. So as of right now, I am leading 24 points. Jamie has 18. Carey, you have 11. And Anthony, you have 8.
All right, Marsh, go for it.
All right, I am looking at Wilson Contreras in 2 at-bats. He has 1 home run. Give me Wilson Contreras to hit a home run tonight.
All right.
All right.
Jamie?
I am going with Alec Burleson off the bench.
Wow. Not bad.
I've got to. It's the only way to catch young Andrew.
Well,
Not bad, kid.
I think I'm going to do the same. Go with the other lefty, since none of them are playing today.
Crawford?
Nope, Nolan Gorman. Won't go. I hope he's the first bat off the bench. I hope.
So do I. It'll give
The
you something to be
numbers.
angry about.
I hope not.
Yep.
Do we have the point structure here?
Yeah.
I'm
Who are you looking for?
going Jordan Walker.
That's where I was going as well.
I'll go Jordan Walker. What is he? Do you know?
2.
He's a deuce?
Yep.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
got to be 2.
Okay. Give me Jordan Walker. Marsh, I'm a little surprised you didn't go there. Marsh is like, I'm in the lead. I don't need to do the narrative
I don't need
thing.
to be doing that right now.
Fair enough.
I just need to keep adding points.
Ouch. All right, so Cardinals Reds tonight. It'll be 5:40, a little bit early at the Great American Small Park. Cardinals back in action after having a rare day off yesterday. Should Nolan Gorman get the Jordan Walker treatment? I.e., should they send him down?
Oh.
That's next on 101 ESPN.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Jordan Walker has been recalled from Memphis. He will bat 7th tonight for your St. Louis Cardinals as they take on the Cincinnati Reds. Sonny Gray on the mound going up against Andrew Abbott. First pitch is at 5:40. City SC on Friday defeated Portland 3-1 in the round of 32 in the League's Cup. And they will take on Club America tomorrow, round of 16. So City SC coming off the victory this weekend. We're going to dive back into the Cardinals next, though. Should Nolan Gorman get the Jordan Walker treatment? It's coming your way next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
So Nolan Gorman has been dreadful at the dish of late, and it has led to us asking about now that we're talking about Jordan Walker, whether or not Nolan Gorman should get the Jordan Walker treatment. Nolan Gorman against right-handers this year, 209, 284, 430, 99 WRC plus. But of late, since June 5th, 175 average overall, 227 on base, 304 slug, 531 OPS, 40% strikeout rate. And we know that that's going to be him. I don't know how much the strikeout rate is going to cut down dramatically over his career. I think he's somebody that's going to be high strikeout with the power. But you can't hit 175 with an on base at 227. And you have to supply that power. Among 157 MLB hitters with 175 plus plate appearances from June 5th, Gorman is 156 in average and on-base percentage. And that's from our guy Bernie Michaelis on Twitter. Brutal. Do you guys think that Gorman should be sent down?
It's tough. Here's the way I look at it is, what's it really going to do for him? Because this is bad, but this is kind of what he is. So even if it goes down to Memphis, his numbers will probably be better. He'll probably hit more pitches, hit more home runs, but he'll still have a strikeout rate probably somewhere in the 35% range. I think it'll be slightly better down there. I just don't know, what will it do except for just clear up a roster spot for you? Yeah. I don't know if sending Nolan Gorman down at this point in his career is going to be life-changing to get him back on track. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure that. Maybe it can, maybe it can't. I'd rather have the Cardinals keep him around, work with him. Or where's Ryan Ludwig? Apparently this guy is the hitting guru. Victor Scott killing the ball. Yeah. Jordan Walker changing his stance a little bit. Maybe that's the things you bring Ryan Ludwig up here and say, hey, I want you to see this Gorman kid. Let's get to work on him. Meanwhile, we're going to DFA Crawford or somebody, or another IL stint for another one of these veterans that are contributing so much right now. Yeah.
Newt, specifically?
Newt. Maybe Newt something banged up.
Again?
Yep.
I think I talked about this last week. One of the concerning things for me, and I think one of the troubling things for me is they told us this was who Nolan Gorman was. Mm-hmm. He's either going to hit home runs or he's going to strike out. And we've talked about this in the past. It's accepted in baseball. No more Tony Gwynn's, no more Ichiros. Nobody cares that you hit the ball you spray it in all fields and you just get on base with singles and doubles. That's not fun, right? It's supposed to be, high risk, high reward. You're going to either hit a home run or you're going to strike out. And for whatever reason, that has changed in the philosophy or the mindset of the Cardinals. You said he was going to be this. Yeah. So why is it a problem now? What's the issue now? Oh, because it actually ain't good for baseball, huh? It's not good to bring a guy up that could potentially strike out when you need him to get a hit. Not just hit it over the fence, just hit the ball in general. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it's almost like they condoned this from him, and now you're mad at him for being who you condoned him to be. That would be troubling in my mind if I'm Nolan Gorman. This is what I worked for. This is what you told me to do. And you didn't have an issue with the strikeouts. Now it's a problem? No. This is what you all asked. So I don't understand, and I don't know where you go from here with him if that's the case. If you don't have if there's no future for him here, why didn't you trade him last year? Yeah. Because, again, this is what you told us he was. And this is what was supposed to be expected.
It kind of reminds me a little bit, and obviously the careers are much, much different, but it kind of reminds me a little bit of the early season Nolan Arenado discussion. And people were bringing up, well, look at his average. His average is fine. He's not hitting that bad. Yeah, but if you're hitting fourth, you can't have 3 home runs through the first however many games. You need, if you're hitting in that specific spot, you need to provide power. Period. End of story. Nolan Arenado, high average guy, hitting 6, no problem. And I like the fact that Oli made that adjustment. So when it comes to Nolan Gorman, Carey, you're right. You can't just, I mean, these numbers are abysmal. Throughout for a player of Nolan Gorman's power ability, these numbers are horrendous. You can have a high strikeout rate if you're also muscling the ball out of the yard at a good clip.
But we've seen him go. We've seen him go stretches where he's not hitting the ball. Then he hit 10 home runs in a month. That's who he is.
Sure,
that's what he is. So who's to say? I think the last couple of games he's been hitting the ball. He's been getting on base. He's been hitting the ball. Who's to say that stretch is not about to come? Because that's what he could hit 20. He could hit 10 home runs this month and end up with 30. Or 29. Like, that's who he is. He goes through stretches where he does not hit the ball well, and then he knocks 10 out in a month. And you're like, oh, yep, that's why he's playing. Mm-hmm. But when he's not, you're frustrated. And that, to me, you can't have both. You know this is who he is. You can expect it. So deal with it. Or don't, but you can't. You're not going to get both from him.
Yeah, this might be a bad comparison numbers wise. I don't know. I'm thinking of somebody like Adam Dunn from back in the day. Adam Dunn carved out a nice career for himself. You also knew what the hell Adam Dunn was going to be. You're going to get power. You're going to get a ton of strikeouts. Watch where you put him in the order. If he's hitting 8th, you're okay. If he's hitting 4th and he's got a bunch of strikeouts and he's not in the midst of one of those home run stretches, you're going to be hurt. You can have a Mongo somewhere in your lineup, and he can even be somebody that's a high strikeout guy. But you have to ride out some of the bad ball.
You got to deal with
to get to the power element. I don't mind Gorman hitting 8th and just riding things out. I think the bigger issue, though, as the Cardinals go down the stretch, is you need production. So he might spend a lot of time on the bench. So now the question becomes, if you're building a roster for August and September, does having Nolan Gorman's bat on the bench, is that more valuable to you than maybe having one of these extra pieces like, I know he's hurt, but like Matt Carpenter or Brandon Crawford?
Oh, for me it is.
Me too.
Absolutely.
So that's where my mind goes. Are the numbers good? No. And I'm not excusing the numbers. But if I'm thinking from a roster standpoint, I'm Mo, and I'm thinking, what is the best roster that I can give my manager down the stretch? Do I want Brandon Crawford sitting on the bench as a left-handed bat, hoping that Wynn doesn't get hurt, and then I got, no shortstop outside of maybe Brendan Donovan? Or do I want Gorman on the bench, who at any point could come up in a big spot late in the game where you need a home run, and he can provide that? That's where my mind goes, and that's why I would say I'm not moving Gorman to Memphis. I'd keep him here for the time being. It's not unlike the Jordan Walker conversation, by the way. This is not about development at this point in the season. Development time can be in the first half of the season, maybe even right after the All-Star break. You get into August and September, the only thing that matters is winning. Who's going to help you win games and who's going to hurt you? Do they have a role or not? And Gorman, despite the horrendous numbers, is still somebody that provides value.
So he's got 19 home runs, and he's the most strikeouts of anybody on the team, almost anybody in Major League Baseball.
It's horrible.
Yeah. But he's leading your team in home runs. So that's
great point.
But it tells me two things, Carey. It tells me, one, you don't have a lot of guys that can bop, which is problematic for the Cardinals. But two, even though he's been so terrible, he still leads your team in home runs. So to your point, Anthony, coming off the bench in a big game or whatever, let him eat.
Yeah.
If he strikes out, so what? What's your option? Brandon Crawford?
Who would you rather see strike out, Brandon Crawford or Nolan Gorman, if that's going to be the result?
Against Neris, I would rather be Nolan Gorman. But they brought Crawford in.
Well, yeah, that's right. Were you here for that?
I don't think you were here.
I don't think I was here.
The first Friday you were off, I think they had the bases were low. Oh God, I'm getting fired up again.
Oh, that was a day game, right? Cubs.
Yeah, and righty on the bump.
He's 5 for 8 against them, Jamie.
Bases loaded.
Watch your mouth.
your lefty bat off the bench. Here's your choices. You've got Crawford, Matt Carpenter, or Nolan Gorman. So here, Nolan Gorman, 19 home runs. He can touch seats. Matt Carpenter is one of the all-time highest batting average with the bases loaded in the history of the game. Or you got Brandon Crawford, who's 5 for 8, but the last time he faced his pitcher was in 2019. Guess who Oli picked?
I'm thinking the way you're talking, Crawford.
Yeah, the crawdaddy off the bench.
How'd he do? 6 for 9?
Struck out.
I guess for me, the issue with it is I was told that Nolan Gorman, his ceiling is Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber hit 197 last year, right? He played in 160 games. He's playing every day. He ain't hitting the ball unless it's over the fence. He hit 46 home runs. Not bad. Pretty damn good. Nolan Gorman plays every day. Maybe he hits you 30, 35. And be your team leader, and he might bat 205.
Right.
But you told me that it was worth it. I asked, why is this so important? Well, he has the possibility of hitting 30, 40 home runs. Cool. So let him play every day. If that's what he is.
Yeah.
Because you don't have power in your lineup, to your point. He's not playing every day, and he's still leading your team in home runs. Maybe he should be playing every day, and you deal with it.
Yeah.
Put him in, bat him clean up. Maybe get somebody on base.
Carey, I'm with you.
Because that's what you told me he was. But if you're batting 8th and the person behind you is Victor Scott, you going to get good pitches? No,
Right.
Probably not. No offense to Victor Scott.
Yeah.
No offense to Michael Ciani. But if you are batting 3rd, 4th, or 5th, you probably got somebody in front of you or behind you that adds a layer of protection. And so that's just Kyle Schwarber bats 2nd for Philadelphia, if I'm not mistaken. Where's Bryce Harper batting in that lineup? Probably seeing better pitches.
So Schwarber, I think, leads off.
Is he leading off?
Yeah, he leads off. Turner 2nd, Harper's 3rd.
You got guys
typically
behind him. That's not a bad group of guys. You're probably going to see some good pitches.
Right.
So if that's who you compared, if you're telling me his ceiling is that, then put him in that position to have success. It doesn't make sense to me to take him out. And I agree. He should, in my opinion, he shouldn't have been playing anyways. But now that you told me that he was, play him every day. Let him bat 3rd. Let him bat 4th. Let him see the pitches and have people around him who are going to force the pitcher to come to him so he can hit the ball over the fence.
Or hell, man, I mean, and you were kind of saying the same thing, but you're likely going to play 6 games a week. 6 games a week. You're going to face a lefty maybe one of those games. Sit him against a lefty. Bat him against, you're going to face the majority of the time, you're going to face right-handers. Play him the other 5 games, hit him 8th, have him run into some, and be done with it. And don't look at the numbers, because the numbers are never going to be good for you.
Yeah.
But if he hits 40 home runs, you're good, because that's what he is.
And he's got people around him that add a layer of protection.
Yeah.
You're batting 8th, there's no protection there. There's nothing that they have to do. There's no fear. Right? So, for me, I don't understand.
Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, what's trending is next on 101 ESPN.
If you are looking to replace some old windows or windows that are just not efficient, or you're just looking to upgrade, get something that looks nicer, please visit my friends over at Window World. They are simply the best for less. They are ranked number 1 in number of windows sold in the country by Qualified Remodeler magazine. And Window World, they use a double-strength glass that gives it a strength not commonly used in replacement windows. I know this because I went into the showroom and stood on a window. It didn't break. The quality was fantastic. The staff over there was top-notch. and the customer service is through the roof. And part of that customer service is giving a lifetime warranty that covers all the parts, glass breakage, and the labor. And let's not forget that right now, Window World, they offer up to 36 months same-as-cash financing with approved credit. So please head over there. When you do get in there, tell them that Jamie Rivers from the Fast Lane sent you in, and you will be entered into a drawing for 4 Blues tickets for a game this upcoming season. Again, that's my friends over at Window World. Give them a call. 314-993-1800. That's 314-993-1800. Or visit them at windowworldstlouis.com.
It's time to find out what's going on in the sports world with What's Trending Now. Brought to you by Goodwill. Donate a car and get tickets to the St. Louis Cardinals.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, the Summer Olympics have come to a close. United States, 126 total medals, 44 gold, 44 silver, 42 bronze. In second place with 91 total was China. And, well, gentlemen, the United States still doing our thing. Very good at sports. Sorry, Jamie. I know you won that one race, but
Canada,
it is what it is.
4x100 champions.
Yeah, we don't care. Even though I sang the song. I sang the song with you last week. But
you did.
Anyways, so I'm looking towards the 2028 Olympics, and there are 6 sports that were not a part of the 2024 games that will return or get introduced in the next Summer Olympics.
Oh, boy.
We have baseball.
All right.
Cricket. Yeah. Flag football.
Yes.
Lacrosse. Softball and squash. I know everyone's excited to watch some squash. Which one of these sports stands out to you, and which one are you excited to watch?
I'm excited to watch lacrosse. I can't believe it's not already part of the Olympic Games. I mean, I know that there's a lot of lacrosse here in North America, and some of the other countries probably don't maybe they don't have the same numbers, but it is a growing sport. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's got a little physical element to it as well, so you can get your nasty on. And,
nice.
Yeah, it'd be fun to watch.
Flag football, because I wonder, is it men and women? If so, like, I'm interested about that. I'm interested in that. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. My niece is like she loves flag football. So I think it's really cool for the young ladies that play it as well. So yeah, that one. Can we not have breaking back for the 28 Olympics?
It's not.
Yeah, guys, why?
It's gone.
What's going on with breakdancing in the Olympics?
It's a little weird, man.
It was a lot weird.
It was a little weird. Don't really know what was going on.
Yeah. And like, some of them were just not good either.
Yeah. I don't know how they made it.
How do you qualify? Are you the only breakdancer in your country?
I don't
That's
know.
a good question. Yep. Not fully familiar with how it all played out. But some of the videos I saw,
I was so perplexed.
Yeah. So we went to the Cardinals and Rays game last Thursday. Took the kids, Kristen and I, and we were taking pictures at Ballpark Village, like, you know, outside. They got the awesome like STL right outside Busch Stadium, where they got that little like you know, not the playground area, but the ballpark area.
It's a playground for adults.
It's a playground for adults, sure. So we're all there, we're all standing there taking a picture. Somebody's taking a picture, and music starts playing in the background. My little guy, 2 years old, Lincoln, starts breakdancing in front of us. Gets out of formation.
Future Olympian.
And starts to breakdance. Literally like he's spinning around. So we had never seen it before. So I don't know if he was watching the Olympics maybe at the babysitter's house or something like that, got inspired by it. I don't know. So I think we should keep it in. And in about 18 or so years, he could win a gold medal.
There you go.
For USA and the Stalter family.
You know, there's a sport that I'm actually kind of surprised that it's not in the Olympics yet, is roller hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Because roller hockey, it's not just here either. They have world championships. They have all, like, Team USA is a big thing. And, like, you could have women and men to both divisions. And now you have hockey, a version of hockey in the Summer Olympics.
That's cool.
I don't see why roller hockey wouldn't be in.
I would agree. I would love to see that.
I think it'd be kind of cool.
They can replace breakdancing.
That'd be just fine, yes. Except I'm sorry about Lincoln's future.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think
we'll get him working with you for hockey.
Baseball probably won't have
MLB
major
players?
league players.
No.
I would assume.
If that's the case, then, like, why are we doing this? Like, because some of the countries will have, like, if you go to Japan or they got, like, serious baseball players that aren't playing over here.
Yeah. Although, like, like KBO, like, will they pause their season so that Korea can compete in the Olympics?
Like, over in Russia, in the KHL, is just filled with guys who could be playing in the NHL. But then at the Olympics, because they're not, they paused the whole season over there, and all those professional hockey players go play in the Olympics.
Right.
It makes no sense.
Yeah. Well, you know it makes sense. Follow the money.
Well, yeah, I agree.
But, I mean, hockey did it for, you know, the NHL did it.
They're back now.
Yeah.
They won't be able to do it for baseball. The season, it's
too long.
It's too long, and then you're pushing it's the issue, in my opinion, is too cold. Like, you have, not for me, Jamie, I played in Pittsburgh. I'm talking about these baseball players. They don't want to play late October.
I knew he'd get
And they don't want to play early March when there's snow on the ground. Like, there's an element issue. Yeah? Hey, try Pittsburgh in January and come talk to me. You know how that goes.
Do you guys remember when everyone wanted Garrett Crochet?
Yes.
Yeah, well, here's his numbers in the last 3 games. 9 in the third innings pitched, 16 hits, 11 earned runs, 6 home runs, with a 10.88 ERA.
That guy sucks.
Cubs jumped his ass over the weekend.
They got after him.
They scored again.
That was Friday.
Like a second ago. That was bad.
They almost lost, the Cubs. They still almost lost. They won 6-5. Yeah. I know that. I know this because I picked the Cubs to win.
Did you?
Yes.
So you had to hold on for dear life?
Yeah.
You know, he was also unhittable in the first half of the season. So he's hit a rough patch here. Maybe this is also why you have to curtail the innings.
Yeah.
They weren't going to get it. Nobody's going to get him anyways. The White Sox are smart to hold. As soon as his agent said, "Yeah, you know what? Give us $1 trillion, and then he'll pitch the rest of the year," he was going to be taken off the market. They're better off waiting a summer from now and trade him next year, or trade him whenever he's got one year left, so he's not a rental, and they'll get a haul for him, assuming he does what he did in the first half of the season, or something similar.
Guys, last thing here. Hassan Reddick has requested a trade from the Jets 4 months after the team acquired him. Do you think this whole debacle is more so on Hassan Reddick or the fact that he plays for the New York Jets?
He hasn't even played.
That's fair. Yeah,
my man's like, I don't even wear the uniform. I don't want the stink of the uniform. I know it's green, but you're not fooling me. That's not the Eagles.
It's not.
I think this is a Hassan Reddick thing.
I would disagree.
Although the Jets are just, they're the most dysfunctional organization in football.
The question,
which is saying something because the Cleveland Browns exist. This is true.
I still would put the Browns over the Jets.
Would you?
I would.
Browns made the playoffs last year.
Have the Browns won a Super Bowl?
Nope.
Okay, the Jets have.
The third one.
Doesn't matter.
Haven't won since.
Haven't even been back. Than the Browns. Okay, let's start there. I think I would blame the Jets, though. I mean, he was traded from Philly. Philly knew he wanted a contract extension, right? They knew that this was going to be an issue going forward, and they said, you know what, we'll trade for him. And the Jets were like, oh, we'll take him off your hands, sure. You want what now? Why do you want that?
Give him a third-round pick for you.
Why do you want to get paid? Well, that's why they traded me, sir. I want to be paid. And they're like, we didn't know. Well, you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe it is the Jets. 1A and 1B.
It's always the Jets. Yeah. The answer is like it was for Tom Brady. Any conversation about it's Tom Brady, he's the exception. Like it's the Jets.
Yeah.
Every conversation where you're talking about dysfunction. We have some Cardinals Bud Bash tickets to give away right now. Your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to next Tuesday night's Bud Bash game for Cardinals and Brewers. It's the limited edition Woody Williams bobblehead giveaway night. You can get all the details on this season's series of Bud Bash Cardinals games now at cardinals.com/promotions. Text in now to 314-399-9646 to win Budweiser Bash tickets. And I said tickets for Cardinals and Brewers on Tuesday, August 20th. Here's your trivia question, since it's a Woody Williams giveaway night. Woody Williams played for a handful of teams in his major league career. He made one All-Star game appearance. Which team did he represent in his lone All-Star game appearance? If you know the answer to that, you can text in 314-399-9646. That's the Air Comfort Service text line. And if you're the 101st texter with the correct answer, you'll have an opportunity to win those Bud Bash tickets for Brewers and Cardinals. All right, should Jordan Walker just be a platoon player now that he's up? We'll talk about that next on 101 ESPN.
The Cardinals and their bench woe, they have been long withstanding throughout the season. They simply could not afford to play short once more. So they put Carpenter on the 10-day IL and took one look at the Memphis roster and saw Jordan Walker being on a straight heater for the last 2 weeks and thought, hey, this is probably the time to bring him back up. You'll see Jordan Walker in the lineup today against Andrew Abbott, and he'll be more of a platoon bat for the Cardinals going forward. But for this right now, as we head into the final 6 weeks of the regular season, you're looking to maximize your lineup production. The Cardinals have not been good against left-handed pitching. We know this. Their hope is by getting what looks like to be a more reformed Jordan Walker back, seemed to sound his stride lately in Memphis, that they'll see better numbers against lefties going forward.
That was Katie Woo from The Athletic. She was on BK and Ferrario. You can listen to that entire interview at 101ESPN.com. 303, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. Do you guys agree with what Katie Woo said in that? Well, really, hold on. Let's just state this. She's just relaying what she believes the Cardinals will do. This is not Katie's opinion. But do you guys think the Cardinals, if Katie's right, do you think the approach is good with Jordan Walker being more of a platoon player now that he's back up?
I don't think he'll be a platoon player. I think, again, he's been hitting the ball really well down in Memphis. I think that the expectation or the understanding for Jordan Walker and what I've seen is when he's here, he's playing every single day. I don't know that you would want a young player. We talked about this last week, Jamie. Younger players generally not playing every day is not a good thing if you are a starter or projected to be a starter. If you're an older player, a Matt Carpenter, a Brandon Donovan, then it's okay. Like it's not as bad. But when you are, I'm not Brandon Donovan, Brandon Crawford. When you're an older player, that's okay. But when you're a younger player, playing every day is how you get the reps, how you know if you can survive in this league, and then that's how decisions are made. So if he's here, I think he's playing every single day.
Yeah, I'm with Carey on this one. Maybe the Cardinals' intentions initially are to call it a platoon bat or a bat off the bench or however the matchups, whatnot.
Yeah.
But if he goes out there tonight and he smokes a couple of hits or even one hit and he hits the ball hard, seeing the ball well out there, like has some good at-bats, I don't see a world why you don't keep rolling him out there. I guess the counter argument would be then, Alec Burleson needs to play too. Like we need to have a guy. Then my counter argument to that is then Pages comes out and Contreras catches.
Yeah, you don't. Right, you still have a spot either way. Yeah. Jordan Walker is not replacing Alec Burleson. He made tonight because there's a lefty on the hill, but Alec Burleson has deserved every day. He has earned every day at bats. So I don't think Jordan Walker is up to replace Matt Carpenter, who went on the IL. I don't think Jordan Walker takes away from Alec Burleson. The guy he's taking at bats away from potentially, and rightfully so, is Lars Nootbaar. Mm-hmm. Lars Nootbaar has struggled since coming off the injured list. You need somebody to step in, play. Hopefully the drop-off isn't bad defensively, because you do have to factor that in too. But Jordan Walker, I think, will primarily see at-bats against left-handers. But if he's stinging the ball, I think he can replace Lars Nootbaar in the starting lineup.
So I think even righty or lefty, I think Tommy Pham probably goes back to your bench. Brendan Donovan, Pages is not catching, and Contreras is there where you can Burleson in the DH spot. Donovan goes back to left field, and then Nolan Gorman is at second base. Mm-hmm. And I think Jordan Walker is still playing every day in right field. And some version of that, Lars Nootbaar in left field and Donovan at second. Like some version of two of those three left-handed bats in the game every day, and Jordan Walker being in the right field. And that way you still have your bat off of the bench, an older guy in Tommy Pham, where, again, that's the role that was expected of him. Tommy Pham had a few misplayed balls in right field the last game. He fumbled one. He dropped one. That was a tough catch. He dropped one. He fumbled one that he probably could have thrown the runner out. And then he kind of circled around to go get a ball in right field that allowed, I forget who it was, to get a triple. Mm-hmm. And so there was some misplays there from him. So I think, you take all of those things into consideration. And I'm looking at it and I say, for me, if Jordan Walker is here on your roster, he is not here to be a bat off of the bench versus left-handed hitters. You could find somebody else for that. He's going to be playing, in my opinion, every day.
Was that Bobby Witt?
I think it might have been
Bobby Witt who hit the triple.
Bobby Witt hit a triple.
Yeah.
Also hit a triple, but it might have been another one.
Somebody else.
But Tommy Pham took a terrible path.
Yeah. I mean, you could play. I don't love this approach. I'd rather you have. I mean, we've talked about this a lot. I'd rather you have your starting 9 and only mix and match a couple of guys, but you could play the matchups from here on out with Tommy Pham, with Jordan Walker, with Nolan Gorman, with Nootbaar. Although, again, Nootbaar he hasn't done much at all.
No, he's just not a good year at all for
Bears. But, here's the other factor, too, guys. Jordan Walker has every opportunity to take this thing. He's been in Memphis for most of the year. He comes back up. Alec Burleson came out of spring training on fire and has not looked back. Mm-hmm. He hasn't relinquished the role. Alec Burleson could have been a platoon player all year.
I think that was the original plan.
Absolutely. Instead, he earned opportunities. First, because of injuries and Jordan Walker struggling. And then because he hit. So, Dylan Carlson, we talk about Dylan Carlson. In and out of the lineup, in and off the injured list. It came to a point where you trade him for a reliever.
Yeah.
He didn't take advantage. Your opportunity's now, Jordan Walker. So I hope the kid comes up and those adjustments that he made at Memphis play out here at the big league level. And we got I think somebody from the Snake Pit had mentioned, he finally made the adjustments after 4 months. It's a process.
Yeah, that doesn't happen overnight.
You get down there, you make the adjustments, you struggle, then you start to see success. That's actually kind of a linear approach. It's like you start off, it's slow, then you start to see some success, and now he's red hot.
Right.
And now he's back at the big league level. So again, I hope for Walker's sake, I hope for the Cardinals' sake, he comes up, he hits well, and he earns a starting spot. And we don't have this conversation again regarding Jordan Walker
ever
and going back down to Memphis.
I agree.
That's the hope. That's the plan.
Yeah, and look, I'll go back to something I said a lot last week. And Carey, you were here with me. That a lot of these things that you're going through, a lot of these things that you're experiencing with your lineup and all it really stems from the fact, again, that Arenado and Goldie are not what they used to be. Because if you had those two guys clicking all season long, you wouldn't have to be worried about certain things. You wouldn't have to worry about where Gorman is lined. You wouldn't have had to trade for Tommy Pham. All these things.
Yeah.
The domino effect of anything that has happened this year is because those guys have not been what you needed them to be in your lineup from an offensive standpoint.
True.
So Jordan Walker getting his opportunity now, again, I think it's because the Cardinals need that power right-handed bat. They need that pop that they're not really getting it. I know Goldie's got 18 home runs now, I think, or 17 home runs, but he's not doing Paul Goldschmidt things. And Nolan Arenado, I mean, his power is just not even there.
They just need consistency in the outfield. The most consistent outfielder this year is Brendan Donovan. Like, Siani was doing really well, but he's hurt now. Like, the one that has played and has been consistent, not been hurt, not been injured, not had any issues is Brendan Donovan. And if you'd have started the season off saying, Brendan Donovan's going to be your best, most consistent left fielder, you would probably say this team is not even in the playoff hunt.
Yeah.
So I think that he's been there. They need to find some consistency, some guys that can hit the ball, preferably over the fence. From that outfield and some guys that can get on base and score some runs.
We have our Sports Six-Pack next. If you have a question, you can send it to the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. Anything you want to discuss, send in, again, to the Air Comfort Service text line, or shout out to the Snake Pit, our Air Alliance team YouTube channel. If you have some questions there for us, again, via the Snake Pit, that's fantastic as well. Sports Six-Pack next. I talk about Mosby Building Arts, and I speak so highly of them because I believe in the work that they do. In fact, my wife, Kristen, and I, we recently reached out to Mosby Building Arts about what some would deem a smaller project. We've got some back doors that need to be looked at because, unfortunately, there's some water that's being created in the basement because of those doors. And Rich from Mosby Building Arts, he came out to the home. He knew exactly what needed to be done, and we're going with Mosby Building Arts to replace those doors and make sure that our home is secure. Not every project is going to be a massive one, and Mosby Building Arts is there for you. Whether you are going to do a complete home remodel, like a new bathroom or maybe a new kitchen, or something smaller like the back door issue that we have, Mosby Building Arts, they're going to take you through the same process. You'll have somebody come out, like our guy Rich, come out and design the look and feel that you want, go over the options with you, take the proper measurements so that they know when they get started on the project, and when they order the materials for that job, the material is going to be perfect, the fit is going to be perfect, the measurements are going to be perfect, and you're going to have the project done properly the first time. So don't go with somebody else just think you're going to save a buck. Go with Mosby Building Arts because you'll love the process, you're going to love their team, and you're going to love the look of whatever project, big or small, that you're going to have done in your home. Give them a call, 314-909-1800. Tell them Stalter from 101 ESPN sent you. They'll love to hear that. Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
All right, time for the Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. This is your listener-requested topics here on 101 ESPN via the Air Comfort Service text line or the Snake Pit, which is our Air Alliance YouTube channel at 101 ESPN STL. Here's Andrew Marsh with your questions.
Question number one.
All right, we got a question from the 618 wanting to know if I received my man soda / sodas from Jamie Rivers at the Creed concert on Friday. The answer is no. However,
I forget this. What
you
happened?
forgot that you offered him a man soda or
did?
sodas when you all were going to meet at the Creed concert on Friday?
What did I say?
you just
I
said
got
you'd
you
give
a man soda when
man
we get to
soda.
the concert.
Oh.
Here's the kicker. I did not need another man soda, so it doesn't matter.
No, I disagree, Marshy.
You didn't see the condition I was in.
Jamie made an offer, and he didn't come through on it.
Oh.
So I think you should bring you a case of man sodas.
Well, I think a phone works. A phone works both ways.
Did you call him?
No, I didn't.
No,
I texted him and I said, "How are you enjoying the concert?"
So you guys both went to the Creed concert?
Yes.
Okay.
Not together though.
Not together.
I mean, I would go with him, but it just wasn't that way.
Where was the seats for you guys? You were up
He was
close.
backstage.
You were backstage.
He was on the stage.
He was on the stage.
Here we go. Come on now.
He was singing. Jamie was singing "My Own Prison," was he?
He was with the band. He was there.
He was there.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah,
That's right. You got the hook.
Seats were fine.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
All right.
He didn't sit down.
Marsh, I'm assuming you were not backstage.
I was
and you
not
were not
backstage.
singing "My Own Prison."
I was singing a lot, but no, I was having a good time. I'll just leave it at that.
Now, are you a Creed? Because Creed came out in the '90s when, like, we were either in high school or for Jamie was in college / the NHL.
Well, it could be that way. When we were like in high school, and
Well, you're only a couple of years older than us.
Jamie, I would you make it sound like I'm 70?
You're not. But Marsh, he's a pup.
He is.
So Creed wouldn't be in his wheelhouse. It's not like they
Well,
released new
there's-
music for a while. But did you?
Oh yeah, there
you're a fan.
was definitely a lot of songs that I knew, but I really enjoyed Three Doors Down because
they were good.
they were the opener. You
Yeah.
had Finger 11, and then you had Three Doors Down, and then you had Creed. Man, I was jamming to Three Doors Down. There were songs that they played that I had not heard in probably 15 years.
I like Three Doors Down. I saw them in concert. They opened up for Creed in like '98.
Well, they did
And
it again.
I went there, and that concert was great. Then.
I think
It
this
was
is part
awesome.
of the reason that they're calling this the 90s reunion or something like that. I forget what the exact name of the tour is, but so Three Doors Down opening for Creed again. I thought all three bands were exceptional. You know, there's a lot of times where it's been a minute since they have been, I don't want to say relevant, but since they've had like new music and certainly since they've toured. Sometimes you get rusty.
Sure.
And sometimes the songs you used to sing don't sound quite the same anymore.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that.
Really?
It was awesome.
Good.
Really, it was good.
I think that's why being a rock star or being a musician is just one of the best things in the world because you can make a song 20 years ago and still people will still come hear that song. They want to hear those specific songs. And you can do this, till you're 70, 80 years old.
Best song of the night for you guys? The one you enjoyed the most?
Oh, man, it's hard when they get the crowd going. They did that a few times. Creed did. Although I gotta say, Kryptonite from Three Doors Down.
Yeah.
Kryptonite was cool.
That was great.
Creed, Can You Take Me Higher was good.
So let's go there.
Apparently, it's called the Summer of '99 tour.
Okay.
So there it is.
Oh, 99. That's
I graduated in 99.
Did you? Mm-hmm. Good year. 2000.
I think my favorite part was seeing a bunch of people with the Creed merchandise that was the Dallas Cowboys Scott Stapp jersey. There were so many people wearing it.
Really?
And I thought it was hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
Like that is a part of their merchandise.
Yeah.
Because it's such like a big thing for Creed.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that was halftime, right? That was the
I think
story?
it was Thanksgiving.
And they
It
had
was
a
the
whole-
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They had a whole production and Yep. Okay.
It was fun. It was a great concert.
Very good.
It was an excellent time.
Question number 2.
I had an awesome time. I know you had an awesome time, Marsh.
Oh, I
asked
did.
Jamie if he had an awesome time.
I had a fantastic time. I'm still feeling it a little bit right now. If you can't tell. From the 314.
When was that concert?
It was on Friday. Like I said, I didn't need another man soda. From the 314, don't want Walker to fail, but what do you do if he fails again?
I don't really like that bad juju being put out there right now.
I mean, I think you
Trade him for a reliever in a couple of years.
No.
What?
Anthony?
That's the process.
Nah, that's not a good
What'd you
process.
say?
Trade him for a reliever in a couple of years. Most likely to Tampa. Just how it happens.
I think you give him. I think you go into next spring training with the expectation that he would hopefully have gotten it corrected in the offseason, and you got to see what you got.
Yeah.
It is what it is at that point. And then if he fails, continues to fail, then you do move on. But I hope we're at the point now where we get to see this talent that we've been hearing about, for so long. They were correct on Mason Wynn and his ability and what he was, the projection that they had for him. He has been that and more. And I'm hoping that Jordan Walker can be that as well.
Yeah, it's tough, but he's still so young. If he fails, which I hope he doesn't, you can still send him to the minors and continue to work. It's a process, man. Especially when you're a young athlete trying to make it to the highest level, and the athlete has to buy into the development as well. And I think Jordan Walker has, by all accounts. I think he's been a good soldier down there. So. But again, let's just hope he doesn't have to deal with that.
I think we're a while away from making any sort of concrete decision on moving on from Jordan Walker. I mean, we're years away from that. 22 years old, and he had a good year last year. All things considered, he turned 21 early on last season. Wound up playing at the big league level for the majority of the time. This year was different, and you know what? If he comes up and he hits well. After making the adjustments, good on the Cardinals for taking some heat and taking that they're screwing him up. They're screwing him up. They keep screwing him up. They would have helped his development. That's what they should be doing. So hopefully Walker comes up, and again, those adjustments that he made down in Memphis carry right over into the big leagues, starting tonight against Cincinnati.
I also think they're not, at least they shouldn't rely on him though.
Oh no,
they shouldn't be relying, and that's why I don't know if he's going to play every single day. When we talked about him being a platoon player,
should you be relying in Major League Baseball? Should you really be relying on one player ever?
Not if you're a good team.
There you go. Like if you're the Angels and you're trying to rely on Shohei Ohtani, that doesn't work in terms of being a playoff team. So I'm with you. But if you're hitting seventh in the order, there's certain expectations for a 7-hole hitter. They're a hell of a lot lower than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I think our expectations can work on a sliding scale. But no, they should be relying on him. If they are, man, then you haven't done your job then to build a better roster.
Not great.
No, not great at all.
Question number 3.
From the 314, what are your feelings on Utah having a hockey team and with their ownership group? Do you see them being a very competitive team in the near future?
Yeah, I think they could be a playoff team as soon as this season coming up. They've got a pretty good young foundation of players there. Now that they have real ownership in Ryan Smith, this team could be good immediately. And I think it's great. I played in the minors against, they were called Salt Lake City Eagles.
Sea Dogs.
No.
The Grizzlies?
That was the Denver Grizzlies.
The Nuggets.
Memphis.
Okay. So,
I think you're wrong. They were in Vancouver at one point.
They were. I don't even know where we're at anymore.
I don't either. Sorry.
Where are we?
I think Utah is going to be just fine. It's a great hockey market. I think they're going to kill it.
There you go.
I think that was the question now. I don't remember.
Is it a good hockey city?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
Is there not a good hockey city? I mean,
yeah. Couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to share or no?
You said Atlanta was one.
No, you liked Atlanta, right?
Was
Atlanta's great.
It's a good hockey city? Just not a good arena, not a good location?
That was terrible.
The location, right? That was the problem.
Location.
A lot of people laugh at me, but if hockey goes back to Atlanta and they build the rink where they're supposed to build it, which is somewhere, it's not downtown, it will thrive there. Like the fans will call, it'll be sold out every freaking game. It'll be awesome.
Atlanta, the surrounding cities or towns or whatever in Atlanta, I almost said countries. I don't think there's countries inside Atlanta.
Well, there's counties.
Counties is what I meant to say. Thank you.
You're good. I
Huge difference.
I got you.
There's a lot of really nice areas there. There's, is it Marietta?
Marietta's Roswell.
Yeah. Like, there's
Buckhead.
a lot of...
Yeah, there's a lot of...
nice there.
A lot of good spots.
A lot of good spots.
Yeah.
The 314 says the Denver Grizzlies moved to Utah when the Avalanche started playing in Colorado.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah. And now you know. Sports Six Pack Part 2 next on 101 ESPN.
People are talking about Window Nation. Their customer, Vicky, says, we couldn't be happier. This was a great experience. She's just one of over 33,000 five-star reviews. And that's because Window Nation is all about value. And this August, they're giving you a great value during the Window Nation anniversary sale. Right now, buy 2 windows and get 2 free. There's no limit to how much you can save. You could save big with no interest or payments for 24 months. And if you act right now, you'll get an extra $250 credit as well. Window Nation values your satisfaction in their quality, service, and affordability. That's why they stand behind their windows with a lifetime warranty. Window Nation was also recently ranked highest on Forbes' list best window installation companies, so you can trust Window Nation for high quality, affordable windows. Stop paying more than you have to. Hurry. The sale ends August 31st. So schedule a fast in-home estimate right now at 866-90Nation or visit them online at windownation.com. They can install that window in 1 day or less. And again, that window will come with a lifetime warranty. So reach out to them today, 866-90Nation, or go online at windownation.com.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The big news of the day, Jordan Walker recalled from Memphis. He'll be in the starting lineup tonight for the Cardinals. He is batting 7th as the Redbirds take on the Cincinnati Reds. Sonny Gray on the mound going up against Andrew Abbott. First pitch is at 5:40. We are continuing our Sports Six-Pack, so if you have a question you want to send our way, do so using the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. Sports Six-Pack Part 2 coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
Part 2 of the Sports Six-Pack here on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, Andrew Marsh.
Question number 4.
All right, this one comes from Jigsaw. Should Ryan Ludwig be a part of the big league staff next year?
Jamie?
No, I actually think he's probably right in a perfect spot. I think that if you have a guy like that that can help young players with their development and fix a few things before they get to the major league level, I think he's probably in the right spot. I could be wrong, but first of all, I think that sometimes the work you can do, like in Ryan Ludwig, he doesn't just go, he's not just in Memphis. He's all through their minor league systems, going to be with their players for I think it's weeks at a time or whatever it is. So I don't know. For me, your best teachers usually are at your minor league level.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, right? You want your best eyes on your major league staff. However, you also want to make sure that these guys are learning properly, the young guys, so that when they come up, you're good to go. Or if they are struggling, you can send them down, like with Victor Scott, like with Jordan Walker, and have somebody down there that's going to help. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, maybe leave him down there for a little while, and then eventually he becomes, if you do need a hitting coach, maybe give him a shot there down the road.
Yeah, I agree with Jamie. I think having him working with minor leaguers is more beneficial to the ball club, because by the time they get to the big leagues, they kind of have an understanding of what they are, who they are, and kind of how to correct some of the things that they need to correct. And if he's somebody that has worked with them in the past, when they get here, he can still come here and do that. So having him working with players that are trying to, get their swing together and all of the minor details that it takes to make it to the big leagues, I think makes more sense. If I'm him and I'm having this much success, I would want to be paid as such.
Yeah, and who knows what they're paying him, right?
I mean,
sometimes we automatically think that the lower level guys are being paid less. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes they're being paid equal to what the big league coaches are being paid. And it may not be a bad idea, too, that if they see these things, like they're seeing the success like this, have Ryan Ludwig come and spend a week to 10 days here, too, in St. Louis. Like, if you're going to cycle them through all your teams, cycle them through the big league team, too.
Yeah.
Question number 5.
From the 636, just saw Wayno in concert Saturday. Jamie and Carey, what are some of the things that your teammates did after their playing career that you thought was so cool?
I think anytime anybody's in the media is really cool. One of my teammates, Ryan Clark, is having a lot of success with doing things in the media, which I think is awesome. Anytime, former players have, I think James Harrison actually did some WWE stuff. Like, it's guys do commercials. It's all types of things that people do. But, for me, just as long as they're doing something positive, friends that are coaching now, that are coaching at the high level, guys that I play with in college and in the NFL, I think that's always awesome to see that.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's fun to see guys go on and have, post-career successes in different ways. It's also fun to have former teammates that you just like Holly. I just love Holly. He's got a house in Nashville. He's got a place in Cabo. He goes around and plays golf all over the place. I'm like, that life doesn't suck either.
No kidding.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. That's
one day no.
Yeah.
That's never happening.
No, it will, Jamie. It absolutely will.
Powerball.
Keep playing. You never know.
That's right.
Question number 6.
From the Water Boy, Complete this sentence. I am really looking forward to watching this team in the upcoming NFL season because I feel like they will surprise quite a few people.
Oh, go ahead, Carey.
The Chicago Bears.
Oh, no.
Anthony, if I have to hear Carey drool about the damn Bears, he is a man crush on the Bears.
Seriously.
Like Caleb Williams. I think he's really good.
I don't know what he is yet, but
I know what he is. He's a quarterback, Jamie, for the Chicago Bears. It's going to be okay.
Carey's got the
didn't say
Bears going to the
Steelers.
Super Bowl.
You know, I did like what I saw from the Steelers. I was telling you all in the office, Chase Daniel had tweeted that, I was watching the film and for Justin Fields, and it wasn't good. And I watched it, and I'm like, well, what did he see? Because the offensive line play.
Fumbles.
Well, that wasn't good. That was him. He was pulling out too soon. And so he fumbled the ball. So I think
get messy.
It happens, right? And so I think that it does. When you pull out too soon, you don't stay under the center.
Yeah, keep the feet moving.
And you fumble the football.
I think what he's saying is accurate.
But he threw the ball well. He looked like he was on time with his throws. I thought he did a really good job. And I don't know if Chase was saying that Justin didn't look good because I don't think he responded to a few people were asking. I think he was talking about the offensive line looked terrible at times. But I'm hoping those weren't the
Not
starters.
great when you have two reclamation projects under center.
Yeah.
No.
But the Steelers always.
I think Chase Daniel is pretty damn smart. I mean, he tweeted out J.J. McCarthy may have had the best rookie QB debut. The dude can play.
Kevin O'Connell knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does.
I don't think the Vikings are going to be a doormat in the NFC North. They're going to be competitive. So I don't know if I'd say that the Vikings are the team I'm most interested in. Can I go a different route? Because I think this was more positive, right? Like they were saying, yeah, a team you're interested in. I'll give you both. I do wonder what Jaden Daniels will do in Washington. I think he's one of those players that could turn the tide. Like Houston, nobody had Houston doing anything last year. And C.J. Stroud was so good that the Texans wound up, making the playoffs and hosting a game and winning a game in the playoffs. I wonder if Jaden Daniels can surprise this year. Like he was such a dynamic player at LSU. I know it doesn't always translate in the NFL, but that's a team that I'm kind of interested in keeping an eye on.
You think the Commanders have a chance to do something in that division?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I'm just saying.
C.J. Stroud won the division.
Yeah. Yes,
okay.
they did.
I just wanted to...
They did win in the last... Wasn't it the last week, though?
Yeah, but they weren't supposed to win.
I know.
That was the
division was all supposed to be a lot more competitive.
It is.
Yeah.
It was.
It's bad. The Giants aren't good.
The Giants aren't, but I think Philadelphia and Dallas will be
Dallas
really good.
is still going to be good despite kind of a tumultuous offseason.
Yeah,
they could still win anywhere 10 games. January, about 10. The other team, though, from like a negative standpoint, that I'm interested in watching the house burn, is the Jets.
Yeah,
we talked about that last week.
Yeah,
I think the Jets. They're not combustible like the way the Patriots are going to be. Like the Patriots are just going to be bad. They're not going to be interesting.
Hey, they're 1-0 in preseason.
Yeah, they look good. Didn't they beat Didn't they beat the Lions, or is that the Giants? The Giants beat the Lions. What? Yeah, I think they did. Anyways, the Patriots aren't going to be good. They're not going to be interesting. The Jets could be good.
Yeah,
which makes it like a drama that you want to watch. And it could be just a combustible situation with Aaron Rodgers already getting into a tit for tat with Robert Saleh, and
now you got Hassan Reddick.
Yeah,
and apparently the Jets GM said that they have absolutely no plans on trading him.
There you go.
Good luck with that.
Give him a third rounder for this guy.
Yeah,
Joe Douglas we're gonna make this happen. So with Robert Saleh's job up in the air, Joe Douglas job up in the air, Aaron Rodgers, I mean, you could be surly and all that stuff and aloof off the field, but if he dominates on the field, that roster's pretty good. I mean, they've been selecting consistently in the top 10. That defense is going to be good. Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, they've got talent. The whole line's not bad. So the Jets could be good, but they're also so dysfunctional that I just want to watch it.
They're going to be disruptors, is what I think they are. is because I think you'll get a version
inside their own locker room or on the field.
All
we
of the
don't know.
above.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Right.
I look at that team, and like you said, they're good. The team, if they play the right way, are good enough to win the division, but they're also so dysfunctional that they could be, have 5 wins on the season too.
Right.
And Aaron Rodgers in a fist fight with 12 other guys on the team. Like, who knows?
It's all up. It's all in play.
You just need to play good defense.
I think they will.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right. NFL divisional preview. AFC West. Who's the biggest threat to the Chiefs' crown in that division? That's next on 101 ESPN. The Missouri Athletic Club. I always enjoy going to the West Clubhouse to get my workout in, and a lot of times I usually head upstairs. I take advantage of their area where you can kind of work and do. They got called the business center. A lot of times I'll do my prep work there. But just seeing the people there, I love the trainers are always fantastic, right? And they're always working hard. But they've got different clubs within the club as well. You can sign up for different events that they have going on. They've got different speaker series. The downtown location, that's always great. They always have something going on at one of their clubhouses at the Missouri Athletic Club. That's my MAC.
Time to go around the NFL with a Fast Lane season preview of the AFC West.
That's right. Time for the AFC West here on 101 ESPN. We're actually going to start off with this division. We'll go division by division as we lead up to the NFL season. Preseason already underway. Week 1 in the books. AFC West, obviously the Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl champions. Does anybody threaten their AFC West crown this year, or do you think the Chiefs win another division title in a runaway?
I don't see anybody upsetting the Chiefs. I mean, you look at that division, the Broncos are probably not going to be very good. The Raiders, middling. The Chargers, I don't know. The Chargers are the only wild card, but that's going to depend on Justin Herbert, his health, and see how that goes. Because Harbaugh, he's never been a losing coach. So I would think that team will be substantially better than what they were last year. But are they good enough to dethrone the Chiefs in that division? I don't see that happening.
For me, no. I mean, I'm looking at the rosters. I'm looking at these teams. You got the Broncos potentially starting Bo Nix at quarterback, rookie. They lost Jerry Jeudy. He's no longer there. He was their top receiver. Justin Simmons was their Pro Bowl safety. He's no longer there. I don't trust the Broncos right now. The Raiders, I don't even know who they're going to play. Gardner Minshew is your starting quarterback. Ooh. I love Gardner as a backup. He's the first guy I want off of the bench if my starter gets hurt.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be my starter.
We'll put Aiden O'Connell in and then bench him, and then technically Minshew is the backup.
Either or. And then the Chargers, again, they are a team that got a new head coach. As much as we talk about, has Justin Herbert reached the potential that you think, like the stardom that he has been projected to have? For me, he hasn't. He hasn't gotten there just yet. I think he has the talent. They've told me that he does.
Oh, I think he's got all the talent in the world.
But he hasn't, in my opinion, he hasn't reached those heights yet.
Yeah.
And so you got a team that is also, Keenan Allen is gone. You got Austin Eckler is gone. Mike Williams, I know he was often hurt, but he's gone. Like, who is he throwing the ball to? Quentin Johnston? Is he going to actually catch the ball this year? I don't know. So I think there are a lot of questions on the Chargers. And then you got some guys that are getting a little bit older on the defensive side. So who are the Chargers and what do they bring now? I think they're going to run the ball because Jim Harbaugh does do that at a really, really good rate, which could open some things up for Justin Herbert. But for me, this is the Chiefs division, and I don't even think it's close.
No, I agree with that. When I first kind of posed the question of who could threaten the Chiefs, nobody. The Chiefs could threaten the Chiefs just by, having one of those seasons that they dissolve. But they're not. They're not going to. Mm-hmm. The Kansas City Chiefs are the best organization in football. They handle even when they have offseason issues, they stay the course. They know how to build a roster. Andy Reid has done an exceptional job. No matter what product they have on the field, he maximizes their talent. They got better, I think, in certain areas. You had Xavier Worthy, an absolute speedster. You've got more than enough weapons there. Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice, if the offseason stuff is behind him, you're good there. The offensive line is solid, and the defense was one of the youngest in football last year, and they won a Super Bowl.
And they were one of the best defenses in the league last year.
Right.
Like, they did an outstanding job, and we talk about Patrick Mahomes a lot. That defense played their butts off. We give Steve Spagnuolo a lot of, crap for what he did here as a head coach. He had those guys playing out of their minds last year, and they were playing at an extremely high level. So I don't see I said last week, I don't know that the Chiefs repeat as the champion. I don't know if they make it back to the Super Bowl. But I don't see them having an issue in the division.
I don't either. So if we transition to the Chargers, how long do you guys think it's going to take Jim Harbaugh? Because I don't think playoff expectations right out of the gate.
So where were they 2 years ago, though? Because I feel like they narrowly missed the playoffs. Did they not?
So 2 years ago they lost in Jacksonville. They blew that huge lead.
Yeah. So,
which is one of the reasons why I don't think Justin Herbert has maximized his talent either.
So
coaching is awful.
How different do they look now compared to what that team was? Because last year with Justin Herbert getting hurt and that coach being an absolute buffoon, I don't know if that's the measuring stick. So I'm going back to a little more of a successful time.
Right.
And roster construction-wise, what does this team look like now compared to what it did then?
I think that's a great question. Carey, if you want to answer that, I think they took a step back in roster, but they took such a significant step forward in coaching that I still think they're going to be in good shape
I think
a year from now.
The offense is a little bit I think the offense is a little bit worse. Defensively, they still got pretty much the same guys. You got Derwin James, Asante Samuel Jr.
Bosa.
You got guys, Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, who is getting a little bit older. That's one of the guys I was talking about. But I think defensively, they should still be good and be able to make some plays. I just don't know what they're going to do on the offensive side. You got the Ravens, former Ravens in the backfield, Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, those guys both often injured in Baltimore, and obviously they moved on when they got Derrick Henry. I just don't know what they do offensively. Keenan Allen was a guy you could chalk and know he was going to catch 100 balls a season. It just was going to happen. Mm-hmm. You knew Mike Williams, when healthy, was going to stretch the field and make big plays downfield. He just couldn't stay healthy. I don't know what they brought in DJ Chark from Carolina.
Right. They got McConkey they drafted McConkey from Georgia.
He's a rookie.
Yeah.
So I just don't know what they have. Quentin Johnston was their first overall pick last season, and he's second on the depth chart right now. He's not even projected to be the starter.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do offensively. Again, I know Jim Harbaugh wants to run the football, but is he running the ball with Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins?
I think he's running the ball with Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt and that offensive line, which might be one of the best in football.
I do love that.
I mean, they made a year from now, because Joe Alt's a rookie, to be fair, but a year from now, we might be looking at them as having the two best tackles in all of football.
And they've spent some capital on the first round three. They got 3 first round picks on that offensive line. So they do, I'm sure, want to run the football. But are they able to with Gus Edwards and J.K.?
I think they will. I mean, you know better than anybody. If you get behind a really good offensive line,
I haven't seen those guys in healthy and having success.
I think J.K. Dobbins is the wild card
if he's healthy. But he's had a torn ACL the last 2 seasons, correct? So
is that all?
I think it was the last 2.
Poor kid.
That's unfortunate.
All right, let's get to the bottom of the division. If you are going to choose one team to be a surprise, would you go with the Broncos or Raiders? To be like a surprise wild card.
I don't think I can go with the Broncos.
I don't either.
That's a really bad team. Who the hell's their quarterback?
Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Former Oregon.
Or Zach Wilson.
It won't be Zach. Zach's.
Carey, I'm just saying that's your option.
Yeah.
It'd probably be Jarrett Stidham over Bo Nix.
Yeah.
But I think Bo Nix is going to start.
For me, it would be the Raiders. I know I just talked about Gardner Minshew. He is outstanding as your backup quarterback, but he has had some success starting some games. So if I'm going to go with one, it would be him. I mean, you still got Devontae Adams. Hopefully they can get the ball in his hands and make some plays. And then they drafted Brock Bowers, the special tight end out of Georgia. Mm-hmm. So, I think offensively they got some things. And you still got Mad Max coming off the edge.
He's awesome.
If you got a guy like that just goes and goes, I love that.
Yeah. Man, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I said, the Raiders might, the way they finished last year under Antonio Pierce, maybe they can make some noise. The quarterback spot is horrible. Yeah. They got 2 starting offensive linemen on the PUP list. Their offensive line has been terrible. I know they got Devontae Adams. I know they got Max Crosby. But if you don't have a quarterback and that old line can't hold up, I'll go with the Broncos by default.
Really?
And I'm not saying with any sort of confidence. Yeah. But I think I'd rather have Sean Payton running the ship than, a bad ship than some of the Raiders guys. And Pierce did a good job last year. You're in the full-time job. You're in the full-time gig, but let's be honest, neither of those teams are going to make it.
We got a text from the 618. Oh, does St. Louis have an NFL team in the AFC West?
Yeah. Any team you want.
Whoever you want to
root for.
You choose.
Yeah. It's called America. And if you don't like America, then
I don't know what
this isn't the show for you.
Yeah. We're Americans.
Even the Canadian loves America.
He's American too.
Yep. All right, we got the Gauntlet next on 101 ESPN. So my wife, Chris, and I had a recent situation with our roof where we experienced some hail damage, and, we're having some issues with the insurance. Happy Roof Company, they do a fantastic job of helping you with any sort of insurance issues that you might have in relation to your roof. So if you got an insurance claim that got denied, and you look out the window like Chris and I are doing, and we're seeing all the neighbors getting new roofs except for us, do what we did. Call the Happy Roof. They work well with insurance companies. They do a great job of making sure that if you do have hail damage or any sort of storm damage, they work well with insurance companies. So if, maybe you have a situation too where you have a damaged roof, your insurance company already paid you, but you're looking for a roofer that's going to give you an estimate. Call the Happy Roof Company. They've got cost-effective solutions on flat roofing and metal roofs. They've got free estimates with competitive pricing, A+ rating with the BBB, and they don't chase storms. I want these companies to come in and out only because of storms, and they take advantage of people, and then they move out of town, chase the next storm, and you don't have a warranty. No, the Happy Roof Company, 100% of their market is in St. Louis and the surrounding areas. Their headquarters, in fact, right there in Sunset Hills. So give them a call, especially if a damaged roof or a leaky roof, because if you call today, they're going to have someone to look at your issue within 24 hours. 314-665-3001. Tell them Stalter sent you. TheHappyRoof.com. It's the Happy Roof Company.
Warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
401, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter, and we welcome in Jared into the Gauntlet. What's up, Jared?
Hey, guys. How we doing?
Doing great, man. Is this your first time?
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, congratulations on getting through. Who would you like to take on, Marsh, CD, Jamie, or me?
Well, Anthony, you were on vacation for a whole week, so I'm hoping you're a little rusty, so I'm going to go with you today.
That's a good call. Yeah, I am probably rusty. Yep, good call. All right, Jared. Good luck, buddy.
You as well.
Thank you.
All right, Anthony is heading off to the cone of silence. While he does that, Jared, can you tell my guy Marshy to spin that wheel, please?
Marshy, spin that wheel.
All right, so you picked Anthony. Is there a category that you're hoping for?
Football or baseball would be fine.
Okay, all right. Well, it's not football. It's not baseball. It's not hockey. You got random today.
This is insane.
I had a feeling.
All right, well, Marshy is getting the questions here to us. We'll just go over the rules real quick for anybody who's listening as well. There's 4 questions. Each question is worth 2 points. If you use the options and answer the question correctly, it's worth 1 point. Wrong answer is a wrong answer. You get 0 points. And if we're tied at the end of the gauntlet, we will have a tiebreaker question, and we will get a winner today in the gauntlet. Jarrett, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
All right, buddy, here we go. Random is your category. Question 1. In July of 2022, who became the first soccer player to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom?
Let's go with the options.
All right, was it Megan Rapinoe, Brandy Chastain, or Carey Lloyd?
I will go Megan Rapinoe. Final answer.
Question number 2. The 1996 bowling comedy Kingpin starred Woody Harrelson and Randy Quaid. Bill Murray, however, arguably stole the movie in his role as the over-the-top villain named...
Oh, I should know this, but I'm blanking on this. Give me the options.
Is it White Goodman, Terry Crisp, or Ernie McCracken?
Wait. Can you repeat the options one more time?
White Goodman, Terry Crisp, Ernie McCracken.
White Goodman. Final answer.
Question number 3. With several varieties weighing less than a nickel, what bird is the smallest in the world?
Options.
Options are sparrow, hummingbird, or finch.
Finch. Final answer.
All right, last question here. Name the oldest annual marathon on the planet. Just in case there's some on other planets.
Give me the options.
Is it the Boston Marathon? You want to help me out with this one, Marshy? Fukuoka International Marathon or the Yonkers Marathon?
I have no idea. We'll just go with the Boston Marathon. Final answer.
All right. Who did these questions? Is this Grant? Was he trying to get me fired with that option?
I don't know.
All right, we're calling in Anthony here from the Cone of Silence. Jared, how you feeling, bud?
Not great.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see what Anthony does here. You know, he's fresh off that vacation.
Feel good, boys.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. No, I do. I feel good.
Good. Pack a lunch.
Okay.
Your category today, Anthony, is random.
All right.
Question number 1.
Nothing makes me feel dumber than some random trivia here in the Gauntlet.
Yeah. In July of 2022, who became the first soccer player to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom?
What soccer player earned that medal, huh? For his freedom. Earned a medal, gave him freedom, and a medal. Yeah. Why don't we go with, I don't know, options.
Was it Megan Rapinoe, Brandy Chastain, or Carey Lloyd?
Let's go with Megan Rapinoe. Final answer.
Question number 2. The 1996 bowling comedy Kingpin starred Woody Harrelson and Randy Quaid. Bill Murray, however, arguably stole the movie in his role as the over-the-top villain named...
Big Earn. Final answer. Wait. No, I said final answer. It's Big Earn. Big Earn. Final answer.
Question number 3. With several varieties weighing less than a nickel, what bird is the smallest in the world?
The hummingbird is pretty small. I'm sure there's others, though. Can I have the options, please?
Options are sparrow, hummingbird, or finch.
Those are all small birds. I think this question is designed to fool me, so I will not be taking the hummingbird. You said the finch or the sparrow. I believe the sparrow is roughly the size of a robin. And I don't think the Finch is that size. Give me the Finch. Final answer.
All right, last question. Name the oldest annual marathon on the planet.
On the planet?
That rules out Mars.
That's true, not a planet.
It is a planet.
It is a planet.
Just no one lives there.
No marathons.
No humans live there. At
No
least.
humans live there. Yeah. That
Good
makes
point,
sense.
Marshy.
Yeah.
Wasn't like Pluto or something like that ruled not a planet?
And then it was ruled back to being a planet.
Okay.
Now we're so
that's
confused.
what I was thinking with the whole Mars thing. It's
Yeah.
Pluto. Can I have the options, please?
All right. Was it A, the Boston Marathon? B, the Fukuoka International Marathon?
Yes.
Or C, Yonkers Marathon?
I was going to go with the Boston Marathon, but Yonkers. Give me the second one there, the Fukudome.
The old Kosuke.
Yeah, the old Kosuke Fukudome Marathon. Final answer.
Final answer. Okay. Let's start with question 1. In July of 2022, who became the first soccer player to receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom? Jared, you said Megan Rapinoe. Anthony, you said Megan Rapinoe. Answer is
Megan Rapinoe.
But both of you used the options.
All right. Good job, Jared.
1-1. Let's go to number 3. With several varieties weighing less than a nickel, what bird is the smallest in the world? Jared, you said finch. Anthony, you said finch. Both of you used the options. Answer is?
It was a bad idea going with finch because the answer is hummingbird.
Yep. 1-1 after 2.
I overthought that one.
Let's go to question 4. Name the oldest annual marathon on the planet. Jarrett took the options. You said the Boston Marathon. Anthony, you also took the options, and you said the Fukuoka International Marathon. Carey, answer is?
I've never heard of the Fukuoka Marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that. It's Boston Marathon.
The Boston Marathon.
I overthought another one.
Jared up by 1 heading into the final question. In 1996, the bowling comedy Kingpin starred Woody Harrelson and Randy Quaid. Bill Murray, however, arguably stole the movie in his role as the over-the-top villain named... Jared, you took the options. You said White Goodman. Anthony, without the options, you said Big Earn. Would you like to elaborate on Big Earn? Anthony?
No, I thought his name was Big Earn. Must have the wrong movie.
We need a full name.
You need a full
I
name?
need a full name.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I just know it's called Big Earn.
Okay.
This is difficult.
It is.
Because
But I honestly feel like we don't have a full name.
we
guys.
don't.
We don't.
But what if he took the options?
Well, had he taken the options, then he would have been fine.
It's true.
But he didn't.
Rules are
Rules are rules. Based on that, Jared.
You have chosen wisely.
What's the full name?
The answer is Ernie McCracken. Big Earn is a nickname. Does not qualify for. Now,
You know what?
had the answer been Big Earn on the sheet,
Yeah.
but it wasn't, Anthony.
So when I said Big Earn, you guys all looked at me, and I'm like, wait, no, that's his name. But I get it. I screwed up on the Boston Marathon, which I originally thought of, and the Hummingbird. So you know what? I'm not going to complain. Nice job, Jared. You win today.
Good job, Jared.
I appreciate it. I kind of feel like I stole that one a little bit, but I'll take it.
No. Rules are rules.
Rules are
Jamie's
rules.
got. This is why Jamie's got 500-page document for the Gauntlet. All of them are rules. So it's all good. So Jared, congratulations. You'll be back tomorrow.
Appreciate it. Talk to you guys then.
All right. See ya.
See you, Jared.
See you.
It's funny. I wish you guys all would have seen what I see because I said Big Earn. All three of you went like this.
I think we all didn't know.
Fear in your eyes.
We all had the same.
I was like,
Well, like part of me was like, all right, let's just get these other questions right so we don't have any controversy.
And I was doing that too, and I was like, son of a batch of biscuits.
Yeah.
It comes down to that one question.
I should have. I thought the hummingbird. I overthought that one. I was going to say the Boston Marathon just off the top of my head. Not that I knew the answer. I was just going to go with the Boston Marathon. So I screwed up. Jared got it.
And I couldn't at the time. When you answered Big Earn, I couldn't say.
He said final answer too.
I did.
Like he said final answer and then saw our faces and said, I already said it.
I even was willing to give you another chance there. I was like,
hey, this is why we have the rules in place. So the only person I have to blame is Jamie. That's it.
Somebody tried to get me fired with that one option of the marathon. You should see the way it's spelled.
The Fukudome one?
Yeah, it's spelled to where I could easily be looking for a job right now.
Might as well call it the Fast Lane International Marathon.
Fair enough.
Exactly.
Can Jordan Walker be the spark that the Cardinals need? He's up. He's in the lineup tonight. We'll talk about him next on 101 ESPN. So if you're looking for a new ride, you got to head out to Auto Centers Nissan out in Herculaneum. They have over 700 vehicles all in one location, and you're going to love working with them. We did when we purchased a pre-owned Pathfinder right from Auto Centers Nissan. We started the process there. My wife and I started the process right there at AutoCentersNissan.com. We looked at all the different options that they have there. And like I said, they have over 700 vehicles in one location. We picked out a couple of rides that we wanted to at least test drive. And once we went down to Herculaneum, test drive the vehicles, we fell in love with this Pathfinder. And the sales team there is fantastic. They do have financing options. If you need, help financing the vehicle, even if you have bad credit, Auto Centers Nissan, they will find a way to finance that vehicle. Select new Nissans they have right now, rates as low as 0% APR, and for terms as long as 84 months, all month long, all throughout the month of August. It's their summer heat wave sale. It's all throughout Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. You can save big on select new Nissans with thousands in Nissan bonus cash and dealer discounts. It's their lowest prices, in fact, of 2024. So head down to Herculaneum, talk to their fantastic team out there at Auto Centers Nissan about the deals that they have going on right now. And like I said, start at AutoCentersNissan.com.
crushed. Admire the shot. Jordan Walker. All the way up the old bluff. Oh, baby. 434 feet, and it's 7-1.
The Memphis Redbirds TV broadcast there on the call as Jordan Walker hits a mammoth home run, part of an absolute red-hot August. And really, Jordan Walker's been red-hot since over his last 65 at-bats or so, guys. And he was called up today. Matt Carpenter being placed on the injured list. And Jordan Walker is starting in his first game back. He's hitting 7th tonight as the Cardinals open up a new series against the Cincinnati Reds. Tommy Pham is in left field. Victor Scott is in center. And Jordan Walker is in right. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Gary Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. So Jordan Walker recalled today. He's hitting over 1,000 OPS, or he has 1,000 OPS over his last 65 at-bats. He's hitting 338 over that span. 92.1 average exit velocity and a 50% hard hit rate since going down to Memphis and reworking his swing. It took some time, but this kid is now hitting absolute lasers, and he's back. Could this be the spark that the Cardinals are looking for?
It could be, for sure. Anytime you get a young player that comes up from the minors, that player is already excited. Jordan Walker's, he's bouncing around right now. He's happy to be back in the majors playing the sport that he loves. And you just look at some of the infectious energy that even Mason Wynn has had throughout this season. Even Tommy Pham, he brought a new energy to this team. So I think just because he's happy to be back, there's going to be a certain energy surrounding Jordan Walker. And then if he can produce at all, like, how do you think that clubhouse is going to feel, or that dugout, if Jordan Walker steps in the batter's box at any point tonight and smashes a double, or even lucky enough to get a home run or a RBI single? They're going to be jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
They love that stuff.
At least most of the players.
Most of the players.
Yeah.
They all should.
Right, Marshy? Most of the players are going to be fired up.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Maybe things have changed.
All right.
Yeah.
Him being...
Sorry, I missed some time.
Yeah, they weren't excited. He wasn't excited. Didn't look like. But I think Jordan Walker being back is good for him. Mm-hmm. It's good for the team. Because again, if you are able to hit on your picks, your guys that you project to be, everyday players, superstars, guys that you can see being a part of your future for a long time, it's important, right? And especially right now, this team, they got a bit of a jolt when Tommy Pham came. Felt like it lasted a couple of games, and then things kind of came back down to earth and went back to normal. Maybe this can give them another kickstart. They're going to need it against a Cincinnati team that is trying to catch them in the wild card. Like, this is not, like, from here on out, every game you're playing is extremely important because you're trying to chase down a couple of teams, but you got teams behind you that are trying to chase you down. The Pittsburgh Pirates have seemed to have forgotten how to win games. I think they've lost 6 in a row. But the Reds are still fighting. The Cubs are still fighting. Like, they're trying to chase you down. So if you're the Cardinals, you need a kickstart, you need a jump, and you got to, hopefully for him and for this team, it's a good thing.
If he's hitting 7th for you, just do your thing, kid. Marsh, you had asked before, like, you can't, or you made the statement, like, you can't lean on him. You can't ask him to carry the team. And you're absolutely right. Could he provide a spark? Certainly. Like Jamie said, I mean, you just climb into the batter's box and you rope a double. People, the Cardinal, not only the fans, but the players, his teammates are going to be excited about it. But he's hitting 7th. Just produce. Just give this team more of an opportunity to do damage against left-handers. That's your only job at this point. Do you acquire Tommy Pham at the deadline because you've stunk against left-handed pitching this year? Jordan Walker is up to hopefully provide a boost against the left-hander. Well, guess what? Right out of the gates here, you get Andrew Abbott in a hitter's-friendly ballpark. I think it's a great spot for him to come back up. Yeah, the Cardinals are fighting for a wild card spot. I don't think you're going to catch the Brewers. Crazier things have happened, but I don't think you're going to catch them. But can you help this team? Can you be a role player? Can you help this team make the playoffs? That's it. And like we were talking about earlier, I hope the kid, those adjustments carry right over to the big league level, and we're not talking about Jordan Walker ever going back to, the Memphis area again.
At this point, are we talking about him just being a guy to help the team? Or
yes.
Yes, because who's carrying the team? Who's carrying this team?
I don't think you can rely on one guy.
But who is? Give me two guys. Give me three guys.
But okay, so
give me a couple of guys.
Fair.
I think you. But you want him to just.
You're not going to succeed because Jordan Walker comes up and and hits well.
I'm not saying that that's the expectation, but if it were to happen, you would gladly take it. Like anybody that can have some consistency and can hit in the middle of the lineup. Anybody decides to. Like, if anybody decides to do that on a consistent basis, I think the Cardinals would welcome that. I don't expect that from him right now, but somebody has to. Goldie, Arenado, Wilson Contreras, Alec Burleson, somebody. Tommy Pham, anybody.
It's got to come from whoever's hitting in the first four spots of your lineup. I won't even include the fifth.
He's rubbing his face. Jamie is stressed out.
It does though. You can't ask Jordan Walker to come up from Memphis.
No, I know. I agree.
And hit seventh and carry the team. You ask who's going to carry the team. Whoever's sitting 1 through 4 in that lineup.
We've been waiting on it all year.
I know, but
one is pretty good.
Those guys, Mason Wynn, Contreras, Arenado, and who's hitting third? Pham. Tonight, it's got to be those guys. They have to carry your offense tonight. The guys that are hitting 5 through 9 have got to get on base. They've got to contribute in other ways, but you can't ask them to carry you. 1 through 4 in the order has to carry you. And that's the same for every team. So I understand what you're saying. I understand Jamie, why Jamie's rubbing his face right now. Because he went to the lake over the weekend and he's still carrying over a little bit.
That's definitely in play.
But
that is definitely in play.
You want me to talk about Goldschmidt and Arenado? Yeah, that's been the problem all year, man. Arenado should not be your cleanup hitter with how many Ding Dong Johnsons do you have now? 6?
11.
Oh, he's up to 11?
Yeah.
He's fine.
6.
This guy's murdered. He should be in murder's row right now.
I don't know.
This lineup.
No, he's not.
No.
He's not there.
No.
He might be batting last, if batting at all, in that lineup.
Yeah, probably. Sit here on the bench.
Watch how they do it.
Yeah. No, it's got to come from. I'm not even talking about your highest paid guys. I'm just talking about the guys that are hitting in the key spots in the order. Right. Mason Wynn's a rookie. He ain't making anything. He's hitting leadoff.
Yeah.
If you're hitting leadoff for a team that's a contender, that is one of the guys that you expect to carry you.
Yep, I agree.
Contreras, same deal. I mean, if you go, we talked about the Phillies lineup, right? Like that's a joke.
You name those first 4 guys, and then so do that again. Name the first 4 guys for them.
Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah.
Trey Turner.
Okay.
Bryce Harper. And it has been Alec Bohm.
Okay. I'm going to do one too.
Okay.
Wynn, Contreras, Pham, Arenado. Same, right? No, not even close.
You know what? Bohm plays third base for the Phillies.
He does.
So.
You got that in common?
Yeah.
All right.
Contreras hit 2 ding-dongs, 2 games ago?
Yeah, Contreras has been great. And Wynn has been great.
And Pham has been good. He's been good.
You just haven't, you're not getting.
But those guys, doesn't matter how good or, he's been good, he's been great. They're not those 4 guys like that the Phillies have coming at you right away.
Correct. You want to do the Dodgers?
No.
Okay. All right.
I'm depressed enough.
Okay. Because that's Ohtani and Teoscar Hernandez and Freddie Freeman and Will Smith.
These guys are
they
pretty
don't
good.
even have Mookie Betts right now.
They don't even have Mookie Betts.
He should be back this week.
Oh, good.
Playing right field. He's back.
You guys want to do
I think he's coming back today.
You guys want to do
tomorrow.
Atlanta?
No.
Okay. All right.
Well, the Braves have been terrible. So.
Yeah, they have.
What about the Brewers?
The Brewers, Jackson Churio has been leading off for them. Yelich has been hurt. Adames has been hitting 5th, I believe. They actually, I mean, if you look at their lineup, like yesterday, I think Gary Sanchez, I think it was like Joey Ortiz, Hernandez, Rhys Hoskins, and Gary Sanchez. Like it wasn't like the Brewers don't have a star-studded team. They just
finding a way to win.
They find ways to win, usually. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. You guys did this last Monday. Apparently, it was a popular segment. I could certainly see why. Advice from former athletes. So any questions that you have, looking for advice from our former athletes, on the field or otherwise,
nothing
on the ice
advice.
or otherwise, send them in. We've got some, too, for our former athletes. It's next on 101 ESPN.
Gentlemen, are you currently using ED meds? If so, you're probably paying too much for them, which is why you need to head over to the Medicine Shop in St. Charles, where they are your destination for cheap ED meds. They've got a generic called sildenafil for less than $2 a pill. Prescription is required, of course. And if you're driving around right now and life is hectic and you have a hard time finding the opportunity to go to the pharmacy, well, let the Medicine Shop in St. Charles come to you. They offer free discreet shipping and delivery to your home. Any of the medicines that you take on a regular basis, I use this program. It's awesome. It's awesome. I come home and the medicine's there waiting for me, and I don't have to get to the pharmacy all the time anymore. But when I do, I get in there and I see my friends over at the Medicine Shop in St. Charles. They are an awesome staff. They're there to help you through whatever you're dealing with. If it's cold and flu, allergies, maybe you've twisted an ankle, get in there, talk to them. They will do everything they can to make you feel better. And those are my friends over at the Medicine Shop in St. Charles. So please stop by and see them. If not, visit them online at stcharles.medicineshop.com. That's stcharles.medicineshop.com.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Jordan Walker is back with your St. Louis Cardinals. He will bat 7th tonight against the Cincinnati Reds. Sonny Gray on the mound for the Redbirds going up against Andrew Abbott. First pitch is at 5:40. City SC defeated Portland on Friday, a 3-1 victory in the round of 32 for the League's Cup. They'll take on Club America tomorrow in the round of 16 with a 9:30 start time. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Give me some advice, quick.
So you guys did this last Monday when I was on vacation. It's advice from our former athletes. Carey Davis, Super Bowl champion with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and our guy, Jamie Rivers. course, a Blues defenseman. Islanders. Canadians.
Yes.
Panthers.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
For one game.
Red Wings?
Yep.
Yes, definitely the Red Wings.
Did
Yeah.
you say the Bruins?
I did not say the Bruins.
Yeah.
No, Bruins.
Coyotes?
Thrashers. Coyotes until he tore that team apart from the inside out.
How about the Senators?
Yep.
Senators.
The Canadians.
The Canadians.
Canadians.
And, of course, some team in Serbia, probably.
Don't forget Croatia.
Serbian Sea Dogs.
The Serbian Sea Dogs. Exactly. All right, so this is
a fun little exercise.
advice with former athletes. Which team do we miss
I don't know.
in the NHL?
I have no idea.
We should have named all the teams that he didn't play for. Probably be quicker.
The Ducks. He was never a Duck.
No.
Yeah.
Thanks, Marshy.
Not a shark.
What? Never a Shark?
Nope.
Oh, you didn't go out to the West Coast, huh?
No.
No king. You weren't a king?
No, I would love
But he
that.
played his best hockey in LA.
Yeah.
Never played a bad game in L.A. or New York City.
Fair enough.
Ever.
Yeah. All right. Advice with former athletes. Go ahead, Marsh.
All right, so Jordan Walker has been the topic of conversation today. What do you say to Jordan Walker, who may feel the stress of being called back up and wanting to rewrite his story thus far in the majors?
I don't say anything to him. First of all, I just get to the field with him and tell him, hey, kid, go do what you've been doing. It's fun to be back in the majors. I don't think highlighting anything to bring it to his attention, that would just make it worse. Like, you almost don't want to say anything about his past struggles, because last thing I want is to have Jordan Walker mentally go back to that place, go back to that anxiety, that stress, that, the confidence where it was completely obliterated. No, I'm going to talk to him. Quite honestly, if I walk up to him and be like, man, I cannot believe that piss missile you hit over. You almost hit two cars at 497,000 feet away. Like, dude, that's unbelievable. I can't wait to see it here tonight. And just leave it like that.
For me, I would just say kind of the same thing. The pressure isn't on him. Like, the pressure is on the veteran players, the superstar players. Come and have fun. Like, do what you've been doing. You've had success. You figured out some things. It's the same game. The dimensions, the field, the parks, obviously, the fence is a little bit different from field to field, but the dimensions, first base is still the same amount of feet away. The pitching mound is still the same amount. So play the game. Have fun. Do what you do. And don't worry about everything else. Like, take out all of the outside noise. And there aren't expectations. Like, you don't have the expectation of being the everyday right fielder right now. If you do well, yeah, cool. If not, you're okay. Just have fun.
Jamie, you alluded to Joe Douglas, the GM for the Jets, saying that, hey, Hassan Reddick, we're not getting rid of you. This is what he had to say. We have informed Hassan that we will not trade him, that he is expected to be here with his teammates, and that he will continue to be fined per the CBA if he does not report. Since the trade discussions back in March, we have been clear, direct, and consistent with our position. Our focus will remain on the guys we have here as we prepare for the regular season. What do you say to Hassan Reddick, who is already butting heads with his new team, no matter how dysfunctional they are?
Get to work, buddy. I think it's $40,000 or $50,000 per day when you're under contract that they fine you if you choose not to show up. And if they told you they ain't trading you, you're gonna have to play under that contract. I think he only has 1 year left on this deal, which means he could be a free agent. You go out and ball out. I was reading that him and Myles Garrett are the only two players to have 10+ sacks over the last 4 years. Go play. Go show your worth. And then get the hell out of New York, because you're probably going to be 7-10. Nobody wins there. It's okay.
And then who's going to want you?
If you get 12 sacks, they're going to want you. If you get 15, they're going to want you even more. And if you get 20, everybody will want you. So go play. And it's unfortunate. I know he wanted to have a new deal. And that was part of the reason why I think Philadelphia traded him in the first place. They weren't going to be able to re-sign him, knowing that they were giving all of that money to Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, and they were going to spend their money elsewhere. So you got to find out. You got to play. There's really nothing you can do about it. It's unfortunate, but if it is, again, I believe it's his last year under contract. You'll be a free agent, open market. You get paid a lot of money.
Yeah, basically same strategy for me is I would just say, hey, listen, buddy, we're not trading you. So do me and you a favor. Go play so damn good that either somebody offers me a great trade, at least my third rounder back that I spent to get you, and if nothing else, then you can pump up your own value too in the offseason, because we won't have you back here. Don't worry. You're not going to be a Jet for life.
Right.
But go play so good that you got a million offers.
So I got one for you guys too. Coming off that, a similar question there, at least the same team. You got a team like the Jets. I mean, you played with some star-studded players, Jamie, throughout your career, so especially here in St. Louis. Carey, you played with some stars as well, starting off in Indianapolis with Peyton Manning. I realize that Aaron Rodgers is a different dude. However, he's still, star guy. And maybe, Ben Roethlisberger, I don't know how you guys perceived him in the locker room sometimes, but on the outside, he seemed to be a little aloof too. So you've got a guy that's a star player in a locker room that that he can help you win. At the same time, he also might not be the most helpful teammate. He might be going to Egypt and things like that. How do you guys handle that within the locker room? Or is there anything to handle? Like the top guy should be your best leader, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, so the top guy isn't always your best leader. I can tell you that for sure. But we also don't know that he's a problem. Like, that's the one thing I've said several times is nobody else has ever come out and said, oh, he stinks as a teammate. I can't stand Aaron Rodgers as a teammate. Like, I haven't seen it. If they've said it or someone said, then fine, show it to me, because I've never seen it. So we're assuming that he's a problem when maybe he's not.
Yeah, I'm assuming it because I don't like him.
Correct. Yeah. But if he is a problem, and this has happened before, I've done this myself to top-notch players. You don't make a big deal of it, but you kind of just take him out one day, or you make sure the timing is to leaving the building at the same time or whatever. Just be, hey, man, like, what's your problem? Like, what's up?
Right.
Well, I know, but what's your issue? Because we're trying to win games here, trying to win championships. You are arguably the biggest piece of the puzzle to this whole thing, yet you're ticking everybody off, and you're always ticked off, and nothing's ever the right. So how can we fix that?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, we're not going anywhere, and no matter how good you are, we're going to fail. So what is it that's bothering you?
Yeah.
If it's nothing, then shut up. Stop being the way you are.
Yeah.
Superstar players get a little bit more rope. Mike Tomlin had a famous quote. He said, I treat everybody fairly, but I don't treat everybody equally.
Yeah.
Like, if you are this guy, you're going to get a little more leeway than, remember when Antonio Brown was filming in the locker room, he said, we'll find him. We won't punish us.
Yeah.
We'll punish him. Won't punish us. Meaning he's not going to miss the game. We'll lighten his pockets. Now, if that was somebody else, he's probably going to sit out that game for being an idiot. But you can't punish yourself. So, superstar players, again, you just got to have those conversations. Hassan Reddick, we need you to play. And Aaron Rodgers, everybody loves him, according to Jamie.
I don't know that to be true or not. I don't know.
Except for Anthony.
I don't. Yeah.
Let's head to the Air Comfort Service text line from the 314. What advice would you give your athlete self regarding handling the press now that you are on the other side?
I was always, for whatever reason, I was always very comfortable with the press. Like, I'd answer questions, talk to the media all the time. I never had beef with media as a player. I mean, I wasn't the difference maker. So it's not like come to me like, hey, you didn't score tonight. Why not? Why do you suck right now? And I was like, hey, man, nice shot block. You had a big game,
Took that one right out the face.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, nice shot, buddy.
Really good. I saw the way you opened the door really quick for Brett Hull, and then you closed it to keep him safe. That was good.
That was your retina from taking the puck to the eye.
Pretty much. But no, I never... My advice to myself at the time when it all started was just be yourself and answer the questions accordingly. And if you don't really want to answer a question, you just give them any answer that you want to give them.
Yeah.
But say it with personality, with conviction, and don't be rude to anybody.
I would say be yourself. I was the same way. I was one of the people that our media people in Pittsburgh told me I was going to actually be in the media. They were like, you're going to be in the media when you're done playing. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not. No, yeah, you are. Oh, okay, cool. If you say so. But no, so for me, it was same as Jamie. I answered questions. I think if you're talking to a younger player, be yourself, have fun, think before you speak, and don't say idiotic things that can come back to hurt you or your teammates or your coaching staff or the organization. But be yourself, have fun with it, be lighthearted, and be respectful of those members. And generally, they're the same to you.
Last one here from the 314. Today is my 32nd birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I'm looking to stay in as good as shape and preserve my body for as long as possible. Bless you, Carey.
Thank you.
As I'm getting older, try to work out regularly and eat healthy. Any recommendations from former pro athletes? Thanks and love the show.
Yeah, what? Who are you laughing at?
What if you have a recommendation for them?
Oh, yeah. Go see my friends over at Mentality. 2 locations, South County, Chesterfield. Tell them that Anthony and Jamie sent you in. In all seriousness, they will help a ton.
Yeah.
No, for me, it depends what you're looking to try and accomplish. Most people who age aren't looking to get all, super muscular, but usually you want to be toned and you'd like to not have that extra weight on you. My rule of thumb at the gym when I work out is I try to do 30 minutes of cardio a day at minimum, and then anything I'm doing for my exercises, if I can't do it for 20 reps or more, I don't do it. I'm not looking to get huge here. I'm not trying to get back into the WWE anytime here soon, but I'd like to be muscular, toned, and feel good about myself. So those are 2 things that I kind of go with.
For me, just don't stop moving. I think what I learned, because when I got done playing, I was like, I'm not touching a weight. I'm not going to a weight room. I'm not walking, running anywhere. And then my body started hurting, like extremely badly. So I would say get up and get moving. Like you said, even if it's on the treadmill, walking for 30 minutes, if it's walking in your neighborhood, whatever the case may be, keep the blood flowing, keep moving. If you want to lift, if you want to do push-ups, sit-ups, whatever you can do to keep your body moving will generally keep you in shape. And if you don't use it, you lose it, right? If you're not getting up, walking, and doing those things, those muscles tend to sit a different way than they did when you were younger. So just keep moving, keep going.
There you go. There's advice with former athletes here on 101 ESPN. College football preseason poll. The Associated Press, they've released their preseason rankings. Where did Mizzou fall?
Top 5, right?
Do we agree?
Stop it.
And how wild could this football season be, this upcoming college football season? That's next on 101 ESPN.
Anthony, we were just talking about exercising and working out and things like that. And it really has helped tremendously being into with mentality and getting in there on a weekly basis. One thing that we don't realize is that as you get older, as men anyways, your testosterone starts to go away. And that affects a lot of things. And so now being able to go to mentality, and now I'm on the peptide therapy too for old injuries and that. Now I feel good before I even have to work out. And now the workouts are better. Certainly, they produce better results, and I feel a lot better.
Well, it's not just inside the gym too, Jamie. You illustrated that perfectly. But how about just everyday life? If you're feeling fatigued, if you're feeling like you're always irritable and you don't know why, and you're just tired of walking around, just everything ticking you off, maybe you got a situation where low testosterone is impacting that too. So head down to Mentality. 2 different locations, one in South County, one in Chesterfield. A lot of times with the testosterone, with what they do, after you get on the program for a while, your moods just kind of even out too. You're like, okay, I feel good. I'm getting in the gym. Mm-hmm. I'm eating better, and I'm not yelling at everybody in my way here. So if anything that we described, Jamie and I just described, fits you, head down to Mentality. Again, 2 different locations, or Jamie's got the website for you as well.
Yeah, just visit our friends at Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com. If you're thinking of selling your home, I am sure there are 2 things you want: certainty and the most money possible, right? Hi, it's Jamie and Randy here, and if you've been listening to us for some time, you know the only
The Associated Press released its preseason top 25 in college football. And your Illinois Fighting Illini not ranked in the top 25. Sorry, Carey.
Still early.
Still
early.
For them, it's getting late early.
It's preseason.
Okay.
I'll mean the postseason.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
But no, your Missouri Tigers are ranked 11th, and I think that is incredibly appropriate. Would have been nice to see them in the top 10, even if it was at 10, but I think 11, I think they've got them appropriately ranked heading into the preseason. That would have them in the playoffs, which I do think that they're a playoff team. So, for me, Mizzou being ranked 11th, I think is appropriate.
I don't think it's bad either. I think they are right where they are, right where they should be. Then they have a schedule, in my opinion, that could put them in the top 5, top 6 for sure. I don't know if they get to that top 4. Do they get the bye if you're in the top 4? Is that how that's going to work?
It's an automatic bye if you win your conference.
If you win your conference, okay. Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to play out for them in terms of winning the conference, but I do think they are appropriately ranked right now. I was shocked to see the Ohio State ahead of them, seeing how they beat them in the bowl game. Just amazing.
Oh, stop, Carey.
That's a good point, Carey. I think this is BS too.
I was shocked. Like Ohio State number 2. Mizzou beat them in a ball game. We talked about this.
We did.
Yeah,
how great of a game that was.
And we had to fight you because you didn't think it should count.
I didn't think it mattered.
Based on that,
neither do they.
Based on that thinking, though, Carey, Georgia should not be ahead of Michigan then this year either.
Well, Michigan lost a lot. Quarterback, he's going to be a star at Minnesota. Lost a head coach who's never going back to college because they're going to throw him under the bus if he ever goes back. So, yeah, they ain't going to run him over with a truck if he ever goes back to college. He'll stay away forever. So, yeah. I do think Mizzou is ranked appropriately, though. I think it's a great opportunity for them to work their way into the college football playoff. Again, they have a schedule. I think they can win 9 to 10 games. 10 would not be, crazy to me.
No, I don't think so.
If they have an 8-win season, I would say that's a letdown.
Yeah,
in my opinion. So everything is right in front of them for them to have this success this year.
Yeah, they're going to have a game where they lose and they shouldn't have lost, and they're going to have a game that they win that they probably shouldn't have won. But that's Mizzou on any given year. But I think the expectations are high and high for a reason. Now you're AP top 25 ahead of Mizzou. Number 1, Georgia. Number 2, Ohio State. Number 3, Oregon. Number 4, Texas. Number 5, Alabama. 6 is Ole Miss. 7 is Notre Dame. 8 is Penn State. 9 is the defending national champion Michigan Wolverines. And 10 is Florida State. Guys, I don't know how you feel, but I think that just based on the top 10, and if you want to get to 15, Mizzou 11, Utah 12, LSU 13, Clemson 14, Tennessee 15. I think this year, with the expanded playoffs, might be one of the wildest and best college football seasons that we've had in quite a while. I think the extended playoffs, despite all the moaning and groaning about, well, you're going to have people, what are you going to do? You're going to have complaints about who should be number 3 and who should be number 4 and who should be 10. Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Well, you got 12 teams now. There's going to be an argument of, who's at 13. Yeah, it's part of the fun. I think that this year with this team, I think there's going to be more parity than ever in college football. Georgia should be number 1, but I don't think they're invincible. Ohio State has built a really good team, but I don't know if they always have good teams, but I don't know if they're a good program. And I do think that there's a difference. They've always been a great program historically.
Yeah.
But under Ryan Day, I think there's a reason why they have fallen short.
I hate the hate for Ryan Day. He's lost like 7 games.
Oh, I'm not hating him.
3 of them are to Michigan.
Look, and that's the problem. That's the problem.
I mean, that is the problem. But in his record is like 56-8.
Okay, but understand what I'm saying here. I think when it comes to Ohio State is no longer in the, hey, you should try to win 9 to 10 games every year. You're in the level of national championships.
Correct.
You've earned that right.
Correct.
But I don't look at Ohio State even at number 2. I will not predict at any point in the season that Ohio State wins a national championship under Ryan Day, who's a really good head coach. I think they have built a really athletic, fun team. I don't think that they win a title. It's like predicting the Miami Dolphins to win the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. You know it's not going to happen. Yet you're going to have that chatter in October when they're 6-0, 7-0, and they're hanging 50 points on the board every game. They're not going to win a Super Bowl. They're not built for it. I don't think Ohio State's built under Ryan Day to win a national championship. And I could be completely wrong, but I'll take Georgia, Texas, Oregon, Bama, like programs that are built to win a national championship potentially.
I am surprised that Ohio State is ranked number 2 in the country. Seeing as how they lost their starting quarterback and the best receiver that they had last year. Like, both of those guys are gone, and they're still, ranked as high as they are. Like, that to me, normally if you lose your quarterback, I mean, Michigan dropped down. They lost their quarterback and coach, but they lost their quarterback and their best receiver. So I'm surprised that they're that high. Maybe they have high expectations for this team despite losing those 2 players.
Yeah, it's for me, losing Harrison's the big deal.
Yeah.
The offense revolved around Harrison. I don't think losing their quarterback is going to be the difference between.
He took him pretty far. They had a lot of success with Kyle McCord. Then he transferred to Syracuse, I think.
Yeah.
Got the hell out of there before the bowl game.
Why?
They were blaming him for losing to Michigan. Blamed him for everything. Like they blame Ryan Day. They're going to miss Ryan Day when he's gone.
Will they?
You know what? I don't really understand you, Mr. Big Ten, Illinois, why you've got so much love for the Buckeyes.
Boy, does he ever.
Nah, I'm just saying I like good football. And Missouri beat them, and so Missouri is really good at football, too.
Stop with the tongue-in-cheek.
I'm being honest.
You stop it. You're not being honest, and you know it.
So Mizzou should be number 2 and Ohio State should be 11?
Carey, we just went through this exercise.
Unbelievable.
You tore apart my Michigan thing because this guy left this. So Ohio State, they added good players.
I'm just as shocked that Ohio State is ranked. That I am shocked that they're number 2 in the country because they lost their starting quarterback and their best player.
Do you think Ohio State can win a national championship this year? Like, would you predict it?
I mean, should you ever predict Ohio State winning a national championship?
No, that's my point.
No. I agree.
That's my point. Good team.
I don't disagree.
Really good team.
Yeah.
Historic program.
Good program.
Not built to win a national championship.
Yeah, we'll see how they do.
They're the Miami Dolphins right now of college football. They're going to be fun. People are going to jump on that bandwagon. But come January, they're going to get bounced.
They'll be in the top 12.
They'll be in the top 12. They'll make the playoffs. Yeah. That's because half the Big Ten stinks. Let's be honest.
Whoa.
Come on.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, half that conference. No bueno.
Come on.
Is this the time of year when Oli Marmol really earns his contract? We'll discuss that next on 101 ESPN.
Jamie Rivers back with you here, joined by my great friend Tracy Bibb from the Bibb Agency. Tracy, there's always a lot going on in the insurance world for sure, but there's a lot going on at the Bibb Agency in a lot of different directions.
Yeah, we are currently partnering with 105.7 The Point and doing the Zero Prostate Cancer Walk. So we are doing Quote for the Cause. If you get a quote from us, you do not have to purchase. Just get a quote. We are going to donate to that cause. If you are a current client and refer somebody to us, we will also donate on your behalf. So it's perfect time to get a quote so that we can raise money for a good cause.
Yeah, the Bibb Agency always doing great things for so many different causes, and this one here is fantastic. And all you have to do is pick up the phone, call Tracy, get a free non-committal quote, and at the same time, you will be donating to the cause. That number is 314-328-4260. Again, that's 314-328-4260. It's no fib. You're in good hands with Tracy Bibb. Tracy, thank you for everything.
Thanks so much. Go Blues.
Is this the time of year when Oli Marmol earns his contract? 504 Your Time Check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. I've been the guy that has said that we grossly overestimate the role of the manager, especially when you compare it to other coaches and coordinators in other sports. However, the conversation for me changes definitely in the postseason, because I do think that with how tight the games are, there needs to be more of a strategic element throughout a game with your pitching staff, when you decide to pull somebody, when you want to make a defensive adjustment. I do think that in the postseason, managers become properly rated. I wouldn't even say they're underrated. They're just properly rated. If you're a team like the Cardinals, though, and you're fighting for a wild card spot, you're fighting to make the playoffs, this is your postseason. So I would say that Oli Marmol, yes, this is the time of year when he really earns his contract. It's not just about the lineups. It's not just about the bullpen, decisions. It is about putting your team in the right spot to succeed, having urgency throughout a game, knowing when to maybe make some more defensive replacements, knowing when to maybe add some speed late in the game, or winning games, so that this is your postseason right now. So to me, absolutely, this is the time of year when Oli starts to earn his paycheck.
Yeah, I'd fall in the same category as that. I mean, it's wild out when it gets to this time of year, and certainly once it gets to the playoffs, just how many decisions have to be made by the manager in a game, whether it's the matchups from a pitching standpoint, the matchups from an offensive standpoint, a defensive realignment or a defensive swap late in the game. Like, there are a lot of moving parts in the game of baseball, especially this time of year when you're desperately trying to win baseball games. So, yeah, I think it doesn't just fall on Oli. It falls on the entire coaching staff. It falls on John Mozeliak, too. Like, everybody. Oli's the guy that's... at the front of the line, though, because he's the manager, right?
Right. Yeah, well, he's the face.
He's the face, but it's not all him. But, yeah, this is a huge time of year.
I think it is, but I also think it's on the players to have to make plays. Again, we've talked about it all year long. 7th, 8th, 9th inning, you're pretty comfortable as long as those guys are rested. JoJo gave up a home run, I think, his last outing, which was it Friday? I don't know if he pitched again over the weekend, but if he pitched on Saturday. But those guys have to perform. Like you can't. There's really not much you can do if your guys aren't producing or aren't performing at the level you need them to. You know Ryan Helsley's going to close the door 9 times out of 10 when he gets in the 9th inning. Are we going to be able to get there? Like, that's the question. And I think there are so many. I think this roster has more questions than answers. We've talked about that as well. Like, this team is second in the league in stolen bases allowed. Like, they are stealing at an alarming rate. It doesn't matter who the hell is the catcher. Wilson double pumped one over the weekend and couldn't get it there. But that's almost like blaming the offensive line for every sack that occurs. Sometimes it's on the damn quarterback. Like, sometimes these stolen bases are on the pitchers. If I've got 3 or 4 steps before the ball releases from your hand,
100%.
How am I going to give the catcher a chance? So there are players that have to be better in order for this team to have success. And it may not matter what strings or what. Oli could be coaching his ass off. Like, he could be doing, yep, that's it. And then the player doesn't perform. And so at the end of the day, I'm still on the side of, hey, if you expect this team to make the playoffs, the players have to perform at a high level. Pitching, catching, fielding, hitting. If you're not going to do that, then it doesn't matter. And again, coaches get fired all the time for lack of good play. Managers get fired all the time for lack of good play. Doesn't mean they're not doing a good job. It just means the players aren't performing.
Let me ask you guys this. We're talking a lot about Jordan Walker, who, maybe you're just getting out of work. It's been a busy day for you. You don't know. Jordan Walker has been recalled from Memphis. Matt Carpenter has been placed on the IL. How much of Jordan Walker's success or failures from here on out are on Oli, in your guys' opinion?
Wow. Well, the only thing that Oli can control or that he can do is by putting him in situations where he can fail. That's the only, apart from that, I don't see anything that Oli can do. Because Jordan Walker, to CD's point, the player has to play.
Right.
Like, Oli Marmol can't hit that curveball down and away for Jordan Walker. Can't. Now, can he put him in there against left-handed pitching rather than the righties who have the big breaker? Yeah, I can put him in situations to be successful.
Yeah.
Once he finds his groove, though, again, now I need him in the lineup, so now it's on the player. So I don't see Oli being a huge part of anything when it comes to what's happening now. I think that creating the right matchups like he is right now, the left-handed pitch, the right-handed bat, we'll see how it goes from there. Does he truly platoon him? Does he guard him a little bit? Or does he just say, screw it, the kid can hit the ball and put him in there?
I will go back to the conversation. I don't think you were here when, was it Ben Hockman? Well, you were here, right? When we had the urgency conversation. Ben Hockman was talking.
Yeah.
He had a conversation with Oli after one of the games, and he's like, "Is there a lack of urgency?" And Oli was like, "No, we have a sense of urgency. We understand it's not urgency," and it kind of left it open. I don't know if this team. Again, I think they are individually talented, but collectively, I don't know if they're talented enough to win, because you got Lars Nootbaar, who's playing every day, but now he's not hitting well enough. You got Nolan Gorman, who's playing every day or was, but he's not hitting well enough.
Yeah.
You got catchers that can't throw runners out. You got Nolan Arenado, who is starting to pick it up, but wasn't. It's not an urgency. Guys know. It's like, I know I got to get going. I can't get going. I can't.
I want to. Trust me. I can't.
And so I wonder if that's part of it. And again, if that's the case, that's not on the manager. That's the front office. You got to get players in here that can compete at a high level, that you want to be here, and guys that you trust are going to make those plays and make things happen.
Yeah, I just wonder if Oli Marmol is going to have those tough conversations when it really boils down to it. Are you willing to let some of these guys sit? Like last week, Jamie wanted Paul Goldschmidt to be sat because Paul Goldschmidt hadn't been playing well. And then he had the day off. Now, I don't think he was sat because of his play, probably just to get him off his feet, or it could be both. But I wonder, as time progresses throughout the remainder of the season, if he's willing to stick with the guys that are playing well, or if he's just going to continue doing these matchup things regardless of the numbers.
Yeah. And, let's give Oli some credit. I mean, Marsh, building off of what you just said, he did move Arenado down in the order when it was apparent.
Yep.
He did move Paul Goldschmidt down in the order. I mean, did anybody think that Paul Goldschmidt was going to hit 7th at any point this year?
No.
He did. He moved Mason Wynn up. We were shouting, "Hey, Oli won't do it. Oli won't move Mason Wynn up. He's batting leadoff. He's bat leadoff for I think the majority of the games this season. So I think he has made the tough decisions. He has pulled the right strings. And now more than ever, as his team fights for a wild card spot, Oli Marmol will need to make every smart decision here moving forward. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Is the starting rotation good enough for a run at the postseason? The ERA since August would say no, but is it misleading? That's next on 101 ESPN.
Hey, it's Carey, and if you're a contractor, you own a business that needs recycling, you need to learn about Scrap Mart Metals. They're not just for your business. If you own a home and you got some things you want to get rid of, you can take it there as well. But they are tailor-made for your business and can help meet your schedule and your budget. Job site cleanup for contractors can be a mess. If you set up a business account with Scrap Mart to recycle that metal, it'll be one less thing you'd have to do during cleanup. You'd be amazed at how the scrap metals add up and how it can truly help your business's cash flow. If you own heavy equipment, it breaks down over and over again. You have to repair it. At some point, you're going to have to end your suffering and get rid of it. Scrap Mart will come and get it out of your way. They'll haul your equipment to one of their locations and get you a check the same day. Or if you want to haul it away yourself, they have 3 convenient locations: Valley Park, Peevely, Jonesburg. If it's metal, they will buy it. It is recycling made easy. They offer a convenient drive-on scale, and they have the highest payout. You will always get top dollar for your scrap metal. So reach out to them at scrapmartmetals.com. My guy Lucas can talk to you about setting up a business account. It's really that simple. Scrapmartmetals.com, and tell them Carey sent you.
if you look at the starting pitching, just the starting pitching for the Cardinals since August 1st, you would be horrified. Absolutely horrified. If you're an ERA guy or gal. Because the ERA for the Cardinals, starting pitchers, since August 1st, 5.04. I know what you're thinking, Jamie. No way that this starting rotation can lead our Cardinals to the postseason with a 5.04 ERA. But what if I told you guys? What if I told you that ERA is misleading? At least for 4/5 of the starting rotation.
Do tell.
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
I gotta know.
The FIP for the Cardinals, 3.30. Third in baseball, all of baseball since August 1st.
So why is the ERA so high?
ERA doesn't always account for ballpark, doesn't account for ballpark, doesn't factor in like defensive positioning, things like that.
But isn't that part of the
does.
game?
It is part of the game. No, it's a fair question. When you're evaluating just the pitcher, like you as a running back, right? You may have all the ability in the world to pick up a first down.
Okay.
But if you have a horse crap offensive line that gets pushed back immediately, are you penalized? Are you penalized as a team for that? Yeah, because you got dropped 5 yards behind the backfield.
Okay.
So as a team, you get penalized.
So it's like a quarterback.
But what is that telling me about Carey Davis, the running back?
He's on a crap team.
Okay. So that is why, like a lot of people, I've heard people on the station, in fact, talk about, well, you can't just remove the defenders. It's part of the game. I understand that. But if you're talking about actually evaluating a single player, can you remove elements to tell me about that single player? Yes. Like you said, quarterback. Okay, quarterback drops back. He's got less than 2 seconds to throw the ball. What does that tell me about the quarterback? I don't know. Nothing.
On a bad team.
We can't properly evaluate him. So anyways, third in FIP, walk rate, walk per 9, fourth. Home runs per 9, fourth. 55 1/3 innings pitched by the starters since August 1st, tied for second. So if you look at the ERA, you say this pitching staff is horse manure. Real Cleveland Browns type horse manure. But a lot of the underlying metrics suggest that the starting pitching has actually been a lot better.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking about the rotation right now, and there's only one guy that I think has just not been pitching good. It's Miles Michaelis.
Well, he had a good start over the weekend.
No, he really didn't.
Oh.
Well, maybe
good start for him.
Maybe the first 2 innings. A good start that way, yeah. After that, he was getting knocked around everywhere.
I believe my good friend and teammate Jamie Rivers said he's pitching batting practice out there.
He was.
And he was.
Guys were hitting the ball hard. So, but if I look at Sonny Gray.
In fairness to Miles, though, Jamie.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
The Royals ate that day. You know what I mean?
You're around the kids.
They're full. They're ready to go. They're ready to hit.
Let them know cookies.
Yeah.
True. But Sonny Gray has been fine. Eric Fetty, his last start was good.
Yeah.
Andre Palante has been really good. I know he had a couple of the runs that were tacked onto him the other night, but he's still pitching very well. And Kyle Gibson was pitching great until they decided to take him out of the game, and then the bullpen lost that game. You know, Anthony, you were there.
I literally was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first inning was rough.
It was rough.
Yandy Diaz smacked one off
then
his
after
leg.
That, he locked it down. Man.
Yeah, he gave up 2 runs, I think, in the first, and then you're right, he
locked
was
it down.
fantastic.
You're in a position to win a ball game. And he went, 6 innings again?
Yep.
So.
And Brandon Lau touched seats.
Yeah, oof.
So what is in that's 10 games, August 1st. The Cardinals are 4-6. The pitching has been good enough. So what is it? Why are they not winning? Like why are they 4-6 in those 10 games? Why are they 7.5 games back of the Brewers? Why are they out of the wild card right now? Because if the pitching is the main concern or was the main concern, what else are we missing from this team that isn't allowing them to win more than 4 games over a 10-game stretch.
So we're just talking about the starters. I can look up the relievers.
Bullpen FIP. Would love to know what that FIP is.
Yeah. Would you actually, or are you just saying that?
I want to know what the FIP is.
All right. Even though I think you're being facetious, I'm gonna give it to you anyways, Marsh.
Oh.
No, I see it.
Yeah.
I welcome
All right. Bullpen FIP since August 1st. Oh, Carey might have your answer here. How about this? I'll give you the ERA. 5.17. FIP, 5.19.
Well, there's your answer.
It's 25th in baseball.
Yeah, that's right there. But, guys, it goes back to the conversation we had last week about if it's not JoJo, Kittredge, and then Helsley, you're screwed. Like any other dynamic of the bullpen, and it is blown up. Fernandez giving up home runs. King, Stretch Armstrong, every game he's pitched in, he's given up at least 1 run. So
at least you didn't give up a former prospect for him.
Yeah.
What?
Don't worry about it.
By the way, when
Anthony, do they have internet in Branson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
I'm just making sure.
Why?
Well, first you said Miles Michaelis had a good
start.
A good outing.
Just dial up.
Yeah.
Now you don't know that Dylan Carlson's not on the team anymore.
What? When Dylan Carlson lined that one on Thursday, I got to be honest, I'm kind of like, I kind of rooted for that.
Yeah.
Like,
you wanted that to happen?
I kind of did.
Yeah.
How much you guys talk about Carlson and comments and things like that?
Not much. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
Carey.
They didn't care.
They'll care if he has any amount of success. Even if he has a week of success.
Oh, yeah.
That will care. People will care.
He's driven in a few runs.
People will show up,
Ray's
Ray.
uniform. Yeah.
People will come, Ray.
I don't know. I think this team worries me, but it's worried me all year. And I think I think the expectation for, again, them winning the division, I'm not ready to say it's over, but you probably got a better chance of chasing down somebody in the wild card.
Yeah.
We talked about this last week, Jamie and I and Marshy, that we probably haven't given the Brewers enough credit this season. Like they have been playing really well, and you have not been able to chase them down.
Go back a year ago, we didn't give them enough credit. So 2 years ago, we didn't give them enough credit. 3 years ago, we didn't give enough credit.
Probably due for the credit that they deserve. Yeah. And the Cardinals are going to have to find a way to chase down some of these teams in the wild card. But again, it's so close between them, Cubs, Reds, Giants. Like, it's a lot of teams there that you're going to have to compete with going down the stretch. And you got a tough few games ahead of you. So, I don't know.
This is such a boring and lackluster postseason push. When was the last time you were like, ugh, Cardinals are like, they're right there. Like, they're 1.5 games out of
they, though? Like,
it doesn't feel
like it's
that's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying.
It's like the ocean in the middle of the desert. It ain't there. You're seeing it.
It's a mirage.
It's a mirage. It's not real. You're running to it.
The only thing I'll say, Carey, and you know this too, you're a Cardinals fan. Like, this stupid team's going to figure it out at some point.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
At some point, they're gonna rattle off 7 in a row.
No.
They're going to be locked into a wild card spot, and we're going to be talking about postseason baseball.
Are we?
Yes. They're not going to chase down Milwaukee. You're 7.5 games back in Milwaukee. You're not going to catch them. They'll make the play. The Cardinals will make the playoffs.
You believe that? Like, I'm talking to you, Anthony Stalter. You, honestly.
Yes,
This is
do.
not vacation, Anthony Stalter.
No.
This is not Branson coming back and had a week away from
First of all, I got 3 young kids. Not really a vacation. Jamie, you know.
Oh, the 100%.
Carey, you know.
That was
it's stressful.
This is, yeah.
It is stressful.
You need a vacation from the vacation when you get back,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, kind of.
Really?
This team, like...
You don't believe it.
Honestly,
I don't think he believes it.
I was thinking about this. I swear. I was thinking about this. The Cardinals are usually at their best when they have no business being in the postseason.
Yeah, that's true.
Like 06, no business. Yeah, no business. Well, they had injured players. Okay, you won 82 games. Won a World Series, right? In 11.
Those teams still had, like, Hall of Famers on their team.
Understood. I gotcha. Still, right? Like, when the expectations are high, shame on us. But when the expectations are low to, usually when the Cardinals perform their best.
That doesn't feel that
2019.
That's stressful.
Another example, right? You're like,
So you're saying stink in the regular season, and it all comes together come playoff time.
I'm not saying stink. I'm saying be boring and meh as hell. That's the Cardinal way.
That's a great point because, in 2021, they went on that
crap.
Oh, my gosh.
Was it a 17-game win streak? And then we're like, wow, we're back. We could win the World Series, and then lost that one game.
Yeah.
And then in 2022, we got Albert, Yachty, final year. This team, I feel something magical coming.
No,
you actually lost 2 games to the Phillies and haven't sniffed the postseason since.
Better
But
team.
go back though to about the All-Star break. We felt the same. Then Albert caught fire, and going into the postseason, Marsh, I watched you pace. You were pacing because you believed.
Until I didn't.
Jamie, you were there on that bus going up to Chicago in the midst of that winning streak.
Oh, yeah.
Go back to earlier in that year. We're like, what did we do on that bus?
We drank.
We got ham sauce, didn't we, buddy?
We sure did.
And we saw the Cardinals win again in Chicago.
We did.
This is when they do their best work. When we're like, it's okay.
Sounds like we need a party bus to get this
Chicago.
team going.
To Chicago.
Yeah.
I think so, too.
I'm with it. Let's do it.
Why don't we do that trip anymore? We did it one time.
I've suggested we do that again. I've also suggested that we go to Nashville.
Go to Nashville, yeah.
For a Blues game.
Oh, I'm definitely down for that.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
Guys, I'm trying here.
I'll have to save my money for those bucket of beers.
Yes,
that
you
cost
will.
$60.
Probably have to get a personal loan out from your local
Fortunately,
bank.
we got a guy, Stewie from Stewart's American Mortgage Corporation. He can help you out with any of your loan needs. Personal cell phone number. He hands out 314-324-4440. There you go.
Or you can just
Google the bagel loan.
Well, it's officially the 5 o'clock hour.
Yes, it is.
You know, I can tell. This right
We're
here.
getting a little slappy. We need a new Beat the Street contestant. New Beat the Street contestant. If you want to play BTS, just send in BTS to the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll do that next, ahead of first pitch here on 101 ESPN. Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. We're just talking about our guy Stewie because Marsh was talking about maybe getting a loan of some sort. We say, hey, you got to call our guy Stewie. If you already have a loan and you're wondering about whether or not now's a good time to refi, well, Stewie joins us right now. Why don't you tell our great listeners about refis and what's important?
Anthony, the refi boom has started. So if you financed your house in the last 3 years after COVID, right now is the opportunity to refinance. Now, the key is no closing costs. You're going to reduce your rate by 0.5%, the whole percent. You're going to save that money. You recognize savings immediately. If you have to pay all the costs, there's a recoupment period. And what happens if interest rates go down later even more? Take advantage now. A bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. If rates go down later, we can always do it again for you. It doesn't cost a dime. But if you don't refinance and the world turns upside down, which you guys know how things are these days, you're going to miss the opportunity and regret you didn't take action.
Yeah, Anthony, this is exactly why we tell everybody all the time to call Stewie, because We don't know what's coming next. We don't know what we're supposed to be doing, but that's where Stewie is so great at his job. He's got a great program with the bagel loan, and he's got other things that are available to all of our listeners. All they have to do, it's really easy, is just call him. His personal cell phone number is 314-324-4440.
Again, that phone number, 314-324-4440.
And Anthony, if they can't remember that, what can they do?
You can always Google the bagel loan. Stewie, thank you.
Have a good night, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals and the Reds are starting up here in about 5 minutes. Sonny Gray on the mound, going up against Andrew Abbott. Once again, first pitch is at 5:40, so we need to get our Beat the Streak in. And we have our biggest question of the day coming up next as well. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
I want to hit baseballs. All of my successes depend on me.
You ready to hit?
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
Time to play Beat the Streak here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. We have Dan on the line, new contestant for Beat the Streak. What's up, Dan?
Hey, guys. How's everybody doing?
Everybody's doing pretty good. Appreciate you playing. Thanks for listening. Hang tight with us. Marsh, what do we got for latest standings, kid?
All right, so it looked like everybody except for me did not get a base hit on Friday. Unfortunately for Alex, he is now done, and we have Dan in for Beat the Streak. And I am going to start off with going with Jordan Walker.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now that's a Marshy move.
That is, absolutely. Yeah. You know what? Since all of us, we don't have streaks. Dan, you have next honors. Go for it.
All righty. Well, 5 for 10's not bad. Give me Nolan Arenado.
Attaboy. Well done, kid. Well done. All right. Who's got the next longest streak?
So it looks like it would be you, Anthony.
All right. Donovan, please. Brendan Donovan.
Next up is Carey Davis.
Who'd you pick, Marshy?
Jordan Walker.
Man, okay. Give me Ellie De La Cruz.
Wow. Nice. Yeah, we're all feeling the Cardinals tonight. Nice optimistic night. Jordan Walker got all Cardinals in front of you. You went Ellie De La Cruz, did you?
I did. Sorry. That's hard.
Jamie, show him how it's done.
Wilson Contreras, please.
There you go. Nice job. Nice job.
Carey's all about that, the state of Ohio.
He is.
Today.
Loves Ohio State.
Okay.
Loves his Cincinnati Bengals.
Loves his Bengals.
Don't love the Browns.
Loves the Browns. Yeah.
I love the Browns.
Loves the Bobcats of Ohio.
Loves the Cincinnati Cyclones.
Yeah. Columbus Blue Jackets.
Eric Davis was one of my favorite players. He was number 44.
444. Davis. Yeah. At the Home Run Derby.
Eric Davis.
All right, so there you go. Carey professes his love, and we just completed.
Barry Larkin.
Beat the streak.
Chris Sabo.
Oh, come on. Dan, good luck to you, man. Hopefully we talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Talk to you tomorrow.
All right, see ya. All right, that was Beat the Streak. Now, time for the biggest question of the day.
It's time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day.
All right, gentlemen. Carey, you mentioned it earlier. The Cardinals are not great with throwing runners out. Do you think, or could you see the Reds taking advantage of the Cardinals this series on the base paths?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Every single they get.
They're leading the league in stolen bases. The Cardinals are second to last in stolen bases allowed.
Yeah, I would say yes to
Ellie
quite
De La
yes.
Cruz has 59 of them. He might have 65 by the end of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, if he gets a single, he'll end up on third. Bottom line.
So, if you're the Cardinals, though, how do you limit this, given what your statistics say?
You throw a pitch as hard as you can at his leg, so he can't run.
It's called the. I believe that's called the.
I think you should do
Tanya
that.
Harding approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. That was a Gauntlet question the
You asked me
other
my
day.
opinion.
Yeah. I don't,
Okay, that was my opinion. You can do it your own way. I'll do it my way.
I got you. I hear you on that one.
He's still going to be on base, and by the time he gets...
Hopefully he's limping a little bit.
I think it'll. Yeah.
And
Shake it
Goldie's
off.
going to spike him on the top of the foot when he gets
Whoa.
Okay. That's a lot,
That
Jamie.
is.
That's a lot.
Hey, I don't want that guy on second base.
No, I hear you.
Just don't strike him out then, Jamie.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
That's why I picked him for a hit. He looked at me like I was crazy.
No, I knew what you were doing.
No, you got to do a better job of holding. Look, Carey brought this up before. It's not all on the catcher a lot of times. And in fact, it's not on the catcher most of the times. It's whether or not you do a good job of holding the runners on as a pitcher.
Those guys are 3 to 4 steps into stealing before the ball is released from the pitcher's hand. Like that, you give Wilson and God bless Ivan Herrera. He was trying, but he didn't have a chance. He didn't. Petey Pages ain't got a
Contreras
chance.
has a bomb.
It
for an
doesn't
arm,
matter.
too. Like he can throw that thing.
They're halfway to second by the time he gets it.
Oh, I know.
By the time he gets it out his glove, there's nothing he can do. So maybe they hold runners on better. Throw over a couple of times. Change up when you're pitching. Don't be so don't make it so easy for them to pick up your timing as far as when you're going home.
Yeah.
Because if he gets on, as you said, Jamie, he'll be at third before you even realize.
Yes.
He might just keep running.
What happened?
Just round second base.
I know we said it was bad. When you look at the numbers, Cardinals are 19 for 129 in stopping steal attempts. That's
Is that all?
terrible.
It wouldn't happen if Yachty was here.
It would not.
No,
Maybe he should come back and coach.
Jamie, it really wouldn't.
That's a good one.
Well, he's on the payroll. He just doesn't coach.
What is he doing? I would be on the phone with him. Hey, man,
They
we got
probably
a
have
problem.
been.
Oh, they can't get hold of him.
We got a problem.
Right.
You think you could come help out? Please. We'll pay you more.
Please do something.
What are we doing wrong?
Come back immediately. All right, there you go. Biggest question of the day. All right, we got the board. 3 stars of the day, criticisms and compliments. All next on 101 ESPN.
If you are currently looking to sell your home or you're thinking about it, please call my friend Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria's name is her promise, and it says it all. Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. That's all you really need to know, is Gloria Liu is going to sell your home. She has mastered the home selling art. She guarantees upfront and in writing to sell your home at your agreed upon price and time frame, or she will buy it herself, and she guarantees all of that in handwriting. Does your agent do that? Probably not. Gloria Liu also has thousands of ready buyers. Gloria's got over 20 years of experience in the market and knows exactly how to drive traffic to your listing. And these days, hopefully that means multiple offers and then more money for you when all is said and done. And it's really easy. All you have to do is pick up the phone, call Gloria Liu, tell her Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number's 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888. Or you can visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. As always, Gloria and the seller must agree upon the sales price and possession date.
If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 ESPN mobile app. All brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Time to bet the board. I have no idea. I've been sending in my picks, but haven't been checking. Marshall, what do you got for standings?
All right. Our leader is Carey Davis with 5 points.
Nice.
Jamie, you are in second with 4. Anthony, you have 3. And I have 1 still.
Oh. But your comeback is now.
Sure.
Well, I'm going to try this again. The 2 that I've lost, I believe this man has not come through for me.
Oh, no.
Don't know why that is. He's one of the best players in baseball. Give me a Shohei Ohtani, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, minus 140.
Okay.
I think the 2 I missed, he didn't hit. What's the problem, Jamie?
I hate that bet.
As much as I hated Nolan Gorman.
Whoa.
Bet. The bet.
Make sure you're clear on that, Carey.
The bet.
I mean, the man has feelings, too, you know.
I love
he has feelings.
He should be playing every day.
All right. Marcy, is it me now? All right. I've got the Houston Astros on the money line over the Tampa Bay Rays. Framber Valdez on the bump. They're at minus 130 for that one.
You got the Stros, do you?
Yep.
You got the old Stros. Boy, the Braves have stunk. And they strike out a ton. Give me Blake Snell over 7.5 strikeouts tonight. Ooh. High number, but I think he gets to it. 8 strikeouts tonight for Blake Snell.
Feels like a lot.
It
is a lot,
definitely does.
especially when he only pitched 4 innings.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was thinking. I didn't say it, though. What I was thinking.
Stalter. That guy threw a no-hitter.
Yeah, not a big deal, though.
He did.
To Jamie. He only likes his pitchers to give up a bunch of contact, but get to the 6th inning, down 8. That's the Jamie Rivers model.
Yeah, that's definitely the model I like for sure.
Snell, 8 Ks, 11 Ks, 15 Ks his last 3 starts. No big deal.
I am going to...
Could have had him.
Yeah.
For Dylan Chris.
Dylan probably could have.
Didn't want it bad enough, fellas.
No, he didn't. Sorry, Marsh. What's your pick?
I'm going to go with the Yankees, Chicago White Sox, over 9 runs tonight.
Let's go, Yankees. All right, there you have it. There's Bet the Board here in the Fast Line on 101 ESPN. Cardinals and Reds have started. They're in the bottom of the first. Cardinals went 3 up and 3 down against Andrew Abbott in the top of the first. Sonny Gray is working on a 1-2-3 start for him as well. Marsh, what do we got for criticisms and compliments?
We got a text from the 573. Sounds like you've already been riding the party bus. They are a 500 team.
Yeah, Anthony.
Yeah, nobody is saying that they're not a 500 team. I'm saying they do their best work when they're mediocre. When they're mediocre throughout the regular season, they typically do well. That's all I'm saying. When our expectations are next to nothing, this is when this team strikes. That's all I'm saying. Hey, you can join us for the 2nd annual Blues and Brews on Friday evening, September 20th. It's at the Anheuser-Busch Brewery. We were out there last year. It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
You get fired up for the blues season at this outdoor street party. It's featuring live music from country music star Matt Stell and St. Louis's own Charles Glenn Group, plus appearances by blues players and alumni like Jamie Rivers, food trucks, 101 ESPN giveaways, and much more. Tickets are just $20 and are on sale right now at 101ESPN.com. That's Blues and Brews, September 20th at Anheuser-Busch Brewery.
From the 605, good show, guys. 2025, fire Oli and bring back Tyler O'Neill.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's holy smokes. Oh, okay.
Wow. See that happen.
Write that one down.
It may happen.
Probably not.
Probably not. But you never know.
This one comes from the water boy. Marsh is happy the Olympics are over so he can get back to his WNBA bets.
Yeah, that's true.
You've been struggling.
Yeah, August. You have been struggling
since
the WNBA took their pause.
Yeah, you might have a point there.
Wow. I hadn't thought about that. I think you know what, Marsh, it gets going again. I think August 15th for you.
Yeah. Oh, I had the date circled.
Sure you do.
3 more days.
That's it, man.
3 more days.
3 more days, and you can.
It's like Christmas for me.
Bet the board with WNBA.
This is from the 314. Little suggestion, perhaps, for tomorrow.
Suggestion box?
Yeah.
Do we have one of those?
I don't know.
I didn't either.
We do now. From the 314, deep dive tomorrow. Why can't we ever get any good international products? I know Sandy Alcantara and Oscar Tavares, but how about a Soto type?
I can answer that for you right now. You don't pay for it. Luis Robert.
The listener.
No, yeah.
Sorry.
It's not. The Cardinals don't pay.
It's not on the fans to pay for it.
No,
that's not what I heard.
Confuse things.
Anthony was just doubling down what ownership has already said.
And I wanted to clarify it. You don't pay for it, so we don't do it.
Correct.
Yeah.
You don't go to the games, so we're not.
You're not going to the games. You're not parking in one of our designed parking structures. You're not partaking in Ballpark Village enough.
So you don't.
You want an international player, but you don't want a $7.95 nacho helmet. I mean. And then you're blaming us. You're not willing to stop off at the
$7.95.
You're not willing to stop off at the. That's the small.
That's just to the side of cheese.
Okay.
That's the small helmet.
Okay.
The mini helmet.
Only $7.
You don't want to go to the old Dippin' Dots for $75. Right? Treat your family to a couple of small Dippin' Dots. But you want us to buy an international product? Really?
This is on you.
This is your fault. You know, those luxury apartments down there at Busch Stadium are beautiful.
Go get you one.
We still have some available.
Guys, they're not taking the money from that and spending it on the baseball team.
Okay, correct.
Oh, correct. Just go to the games, apparently.
But still, just do it. I will say this though, going out of the ballpark, I was telling the guys this, like, that's a beautiful park, man. It's clean, not a bad seat in the house.
Yeah.
The like kid zone, we took the kids in the little kid zone out there is awesome. Like they do a great job.
The design of it is so easy.
It really is.
Like I'm not talking about the driving around and whatnot. But once you're parked, like you walk in, like the moment you go through, like you're in the ballpark.
Yeah.
You're right there. You just got a visual of the field, and like it's.
Yeah.
I find Busch Stadium incredibly easy to get around.
You got the arch in the background there. It is a beautiful park. Oh, Paul Goldschmidt just doubled off the wall. Nobody took Goldie, right?
No.
Nope. No, sir.
No, sir, Bob.
You guys ready for the 3 stars of the day?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, our 3rd star is going to go out to just a fantastic place. A place that our own Anthony Stalter visited last week, and that is Branson, Missouri.
Yes, right. Branson, Missouri.
Went there earlier this summer.
Yeah.
Great.
We talked about visiting the Titanic Museum out there because my daughter Madeline she's interested in the Titanic, learned about it in school. So, we took the tour. Lo and behold, the guys also took the tour. Marsh, I don't know if you've been there, but they have a little water tub as you're going through it. It's the exact temperature of the night that the water, how cold the water was the night the Titanic sunk. And let me tell you, it is equal parts horrifying and very interesting.
Pretty cold?
Oh, my.
Water's cold.
Water's real cold.
Not enough room, though.
It was more than enough room, actually.
All the more aggravating that Rose wouldn't slide her caboose over.
Thank you. You're not willing to give my man just a sliver of that door.
Here's what I don't understand is
in 27 degrees below freezing temperatures.
They were doing the old horizontal snuggle.
They certainly were. She made room for that.
Yeah. How can all of a sudden now he can't lay on top of her to save his life?
Right.
Well, I think it was been too much weight.
Well,
like
then flip her over, Carey.
It really is disgusting.
She let an excellent artist perish in that water.
Yeah, one of the best.
Slipped away.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate.
Certainly was.
Second star of the day goes out to party buses.
Yeah, well done.
Yes.
Yep, I like that a lot.
To Chicago or Nashville.
And our first star of the day goes out to a guy named Big Earn.
Big Earn. Big Earn.
Ernie McCracken.
Incredible.
Yes, shows the ring.
That is a great movie that still holds up. All right, we appreciate everybody listening and watching here in the Fast Lane. For Andrew Marsh, for Carey Davis, for Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. See ya.